The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday starts now.
Good evening from Pat Crawford Stadium, Louisville, Kentucky, Ballard High School. Some Friday night Louisville football action. A couple of 6A teams on the move. The Fern Creek Tigers come in 3-1. One score from a perfect season so far. On the other hand, Ballard's 1-3. But Joey Hamilton, it could just as easily be the other way around. These are teams that are playing some very competitive games with not a lot of margin for error either way, and I expect another one of those tonight.
I expect a really hard-hitting football game tonight. Perfect Friday night for football. Two teams, even though their records are polar opposites, I think they're about even, really. You look at the Ballard Bruins, they went out of town and played a really tough Missouri, one of Missouri's top teams, top-tier teams. They played a real strong male high school football team, gave up 17 the first half, shut them out the second half. And then last week, quarterback injuries, they had to go through some things.
And one of those baseball score games, somebody hit a 3-run homer, and then
3-2 for the longest, and then all of a sudden somebody somebody hit a couple grand slam and a couple runs batted in. But the Fern Creek team, they beat a strong Eastern team, even though Eastern's record is over. You can see what that coach is doing over there, and they had a couple solid, other solid victories. So I'm looking for just a good, hard-hitting football game tonight. I'm looking for hear a lot of popping, a lot of clacking. Strong defensive effort tonight. Both these teams just have really good defense. They're quick to the ball, and I'm excited about being here.
Yeah, you might see more size at some of the powers in 6A, but you'll see a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, and these are two teams that will try to capitalize on that, particularly, as you note, on the defensive side of the ball. Before we go any further, tonight's weather forecast is presented by HKC Roofing. For the best gutter guard on the market, call 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. We got it as a beautiful evening, going to settle in about 82 at kickoff. It's going to cool off a little, but it's not going to cool off much. Just feels like a beautiful fall night and a good one to get some of that hard hitting you're talking about.
Hard hitting, and you got the burgers and the dogs going down there too. I love it when you come to the games. You smell the smoke. You got the burgers going. Flame grilled burgers, that is. You got some pretzels down there with a little salt, a little mustard. It's football weather, football season. I'm pumped up.
There you go. Sounds good to me. On the other side of this break, which we will take to share some of our commercial sponsors with you, we're going to have a few thoughts from Fern Creek coach Josh Abel. Fern Creek and Ballard coming up tonight here on Glycon.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, your one-stop real estate source. Founded by 1993 male graduate Dion Reese. Contact him at 502-387-6330 or visit online at polorealestategroup.com.
Joe Cox catching up with Coach Josh Abel ahead of the matchup with Ballard. Coach, an impressive start for your Fern Creek team, 3-1, one score from being 4-0. Are you happy with where things stand at this point?
Fairly happy. I think I'd like to have that 4-0 start. That Bardstown game might haunt me a little bit. But we're pretty pleased with where we're at right now.
You and I were talking earlier. You've used several quarterbacks this season. You got a lot of good options there. Where is that standing right now?
We're the Javis Wallace kid that came into us from transfer, got eligible to play, and he was coming off of injury from last season. He's the upperclassman, has more experience, so he's likely going to be the starter. But we've tried to make it as competitive as we can, and it's really about matchups and flow of game and how these guys looking throughout the week. That's where we're at right now.
Okay. Fair enough. One thing that's always stood out to me over the years, your Fern Creek teams, you guys tend to value speed. You tend to rally around the ball on defense. It really jumps off the page. 15 takeaways in 4 games. You got to be pretty pleased with that.
We are. We'd be more pleased if we weren't also turning the ball over a little bit, and that's been a point of emphasis. But we've always prided ourselves on having a good defense, and like you said, flying around to the ball, putting our best athletes over there. And this year, it's kind of manifested itself into some turnovers and some takeaways, and that's one thing that we hope to kind of ride throughout the season.
You get a Ballard team that comes in kind of a little bit of a wounded tiger here. They've had some tough games. They've lost some close games. What's been the message this week, just getting your team ready for this matchup?
It's that they're a very similar team to us, a very similar style team. That they pride themselves in defense. Their defense, no matter who the opponent is, it's hard to get points on them. They're well coached on that side of the ball, and that's one thing that we've tried to make a point of emphasis. And that they're going to be hungry for a win as well. So it should be a grinder.
Yeah, absolutely. One more guy I wanted to ask about, just because these defensive stats are kind of wild this early in the season. Cage Fannin is a guy who, we said you guys are kind of all over the place. He's really been a big part of that, it looks like, from the numbers. What do you look for from Cage in this game?
He just brings a certain type of energy and style of play that really fits the personality of our defense. And when he's locked in, our defense is locked in, and it's honestly it's great that he makes plays, but it's they got the old coaching tangibles that you really look for from him, because as he goes, our defense goes. So that's essentially kind of the expectation that we've had from him is to bring the energy, bring the leadership, and the rest kind of works itself out.
That's the word from Coach Josh Abel. Should be plenty of energy. Fern Creek and Ballard coming up here on Ballard.
Buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting, because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
You're struggling with something in school. Sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com. Celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Blind Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycon.
Welcome back to Ballard. Fern Creek and Ballard coming up. Teams have been out here warming up, and time for an inside look at tonight's game. It's presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in home decor? At Blinds Direct, they offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for more. And as far as an inside look, what do you think about these Fern Creek Tigers? They come in 3-1. What are you thinking about with them tonight, Joey?
Well, with Fern Creek, they've had some solid wins the first couple of games. They beat Seneca, they beat Moore, and they beat Eastern. They come out, they like to run the ball. They're a smash mouth team. They like to run the ball a lot. They got Kamani Barber is their key guy that they like to get it to, and I'm sorry, not Kamani Barber. Jarvis Wallace. I apologize. Yeah. You have Jarvis Wallace, and Jarvis. He's passed the ball, but he's also he's run the ball. So he's basically their top. He's their top thrower, but he's their top rusher. He does it all for them. Like to run the ball. They want to establish the run game. They want to slow it down. They want to run the clock on you. Being up by 10 points is like being up by 40, because the way they're just so methodical and just take their time.
And you talked about turnovers earlier, and that's been a big thing with this team. I think they're plus 10 on the season. I've got them maybe they've had 5 and they've taken away 15, I believe, is what I was talking about with Coach Abel. Yeah. But, yeah, plus 10, that'll work. If you can you're on the good side of the ledger, that's a big start.
Yeah, huge with the interceptions and, a pick six like that. And then, last week, they had a fumble in recovery. And then they've had 2 fumbles last week against Eastern, but they're still, even after 2 fumbles last week, they're still plus 10. So that shows you where they are in the plus-minus ratio of things.
Pretty massive.
They're just – Fern Creek's they're just a solid team. They got a 2-game win streak. It's their first 3-1 start since 23. They went 4-1 that year before got into district play. And, right now they just look solid. They're just a solid-looking team. They got about 40 to 50 kids out there, maybe a little more. And, Coach Abel's just doing what he does year after year. just keeping a solid squad, solid on defense, and likes to run the ball.
Absolutely. Talk about Ballard a little bit. Again, been a tough start, but there's some promise here, although I'm not going to take too many spoilers here, but it sounds like we're going to see some shifts at quarterback tonight.
Yeah, Coach talked about that. He talked about the quarterback being out. They call him Day-Day. That's their quarterback. He's going to be out. Going to be out tonight, and that is Mr. Irving right there, Larry Irving. He's not going to play tonight. He's probably not going to play next week or the next 2 weeks because they have Trinity coming up, and they have they have Bull County coming up. They have a bye week in that, but they have a tough schedule coming up, so they're going to try to save him. And last week, quarterback that came in was Jermaine Walker. Jermaine Walker came in. He's a receiver because Coach had told me that their second-string quarterback is going through concussion protocol. So he has to sit out, I think, another week. And so Jermaine has come in, and Coach talked about, I'll let him tell you about it in his interview, but, he just talked about how he needs to learn to protect the ball. When they're in field goal range, they need to protect the ball because they've got one of the best kickers around in Colton Abbott, who's he's pretty much a lock-in from 40 yards and in. So, that's what Coach talked about. I'll let him talk about that. But that's they're on defense. They're by committee. There's no one or two guys that stand out. They work really good as a unit, and I'll let Coach tell you about that too in his interview. But like I said, I don't want to spoil it all. I could tell you it all, but I'll let Coach talk about it all. But they're just a really tough, solid squad. Coach talked about their schedule, even though they're 1-3. He said that's okay because they've learned from their mistakes playing a tougher opponent, and he appreciates that, and that's what he wants to do.
It's what you want to see going forward. This broadcast tonight is authorized by Ballard High School, production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation of all participating student-athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Step aside for a brief break, and on the other side of it, Joey, we'll just go right to it. We'll hear from Ballard Bruins coach Matt Keene on the other side here on Glycod.
Not just blind. Blind Direct, not just blind.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.semin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy and Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
I'm at Pat Crawford Stadium here with head coach Matt Keynes in his second year at Ballard High School. Coach, 1 win, 3 tough losses. I know 1 win in the win column. It's not where you want to be, but tell me about some of the challenges and some of the positives you've had so far this season.
Positives. One, I think we've really developed a weapon with our field goal kicker, Colt Abbott. He's perfect so far, knock on wood, with the field goals. Defensively, we've been playing fantastic. The whole idea is you play a tough schedule. You get to see where you are most efficient. They're gonna expose your weaknesses, and then you have time throughout the year to really work on those weaknesses to get to where you need to be come late October, November. So that's the idea behind everything. Unfortunately you're gonna get more losses than wins sometimes, but it's about being the best that you can be as far as prepared late.
So you jumped into my next question. Defensively, I was going to say the same. 6 points versus Lex Cath, a strong second half shutout versus a good male team. 6 points last week. Who's been the leader of this group?
Honestly, it's kind of by committee. Up front, Javion Jones really commands a double team at the D line. And when you can get the kind of pressure we get, especially with him taking that, we can afford to have more people in coverage. The linebacker crew, Darion Mitchell's been playing outstanding, Santee Brock and Damon Jackson. On the back end, Eli Woods has had a few interceptions, David Cawley and LaShawn Talbert. It's really a very level defense as far as everyone's contributed and everyone's made big plays.
And on offense, Coach, key turnovers last week. How do you change that?
We just got to make smarter decisions. We have to understand the type of game that we're in and the type of game that we need to win. If we're in field goal range, we need to protect the points. Try not to force. We still need to take our shots, but don't force our shots. And then, minimize just, the false starts, the stupid penalties that, put us behind the chains. Right now, just in the progression of where we are offensively, we can't overcome like a 2nd and 15 or a 3rd and 13. That's just not how we're built right now.
Well, a tough opponent this week in Fern Creek. Tell me about what you see on film when you look at them.
Defensively, very active, very fast. They blitz a lot. They make you make quick decisions. Offensively, they want to pound the rock. They want to run the football. A very aggressive team. Obviously, they've experienced winning, so they are, experienced in that aspect. They're athletic, and so we just got to, corral them and make them drive. And I think we'll be okay. But we got to make them drive, and we just can't turn it over deep in our territory.
Well, Coach, I feel like you're some kind of Nostradamus. You're into my next question again. I was going to say, what's it going to take for a Bruin victory this week?
Protect the football. Again, get points when we're in a position to get points. Defensively, limit the big play. Again, make them drive. If we can make them go, 8 plays or more, I feel pretty confident with our defense. We're going to get them off track. Protect the deep ball on our end defensively. And then, again, on the offensive side, put together a drive or two, but when it's a shot play, if it's not there, just have enough patience and maturity just to throw it away or get what you can, and it doesn't have to be the big play.
Sounds like you've got a plan there, Coach. Good luck tonight. That's head coach, Ballard head coach, Matt Keene. Thank you, Coach. Good luck again. As I said tonight, that's Joey Hamilton signing off with Glycod.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Fern Creek and Ballard coming up next here on Glycod.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. From Glycod, it's UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game is brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, your premier metal recycling solution. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Interstate Batteries and Holy Smokes Barbecue. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday.
Friday Night Lights, Louisville edition. Here we are. Ballard going to kick it off to Fern Creek to get us started. The Bruins there in the black helmets, black shirts. Fern Creek in the white shirts and the black helmets. Hadn't really noticed, Joey. That's not very contrasting, but I think we'll tell the two teams apart.
Yeah, we'll tell them apart tonight. Ballard, traditionally, that black is not their colors, but they've kind of adapted that, as everyone's got their new color-coded concept there. UK is traditionally blue and white, and they've added a little black to their trim to make it look better.
Colton Abbott kicks an absolute bomb through the back of the end zone.
A weapon right there. That young man is a weapon for Ballard High School tonight. If they can get the ball at least to the 30-yard line, then they're pretty much almost guaranteed 3 points in that aspect. I think the deal for them too is not have any turnovers during that aspect. It was 3rd and short or 3rd and long, and they're inside the 30. Coach talked about not turn the ball over. Just keep the ball, stay in field goal range, things of that nature.
Fern Creek will go on it with Javis Wallace at quarterback. Wallace, number 12. They've used 4 different quarterbacks. We may see a couple tonight. He's got a full house backfield around him. Hand it off, inside run. And really a good effort to get back to the line of scrimmage, if that, because Ballard blew that one up.
Really solid play right there by big number 54, Javion Jones. Jones, a junior defensive lineman right there, just plugged the hole up. And even though they did come with two backs blocking right there, Ballard just blew that one up right there. And nice tackle there by 54, Jones. Jones kind of stood his man up, pressure to the ball. Solid defensive line play right there.
It was Burton on the carry, but no gain. 2nd and 10. Just underway. Again, they use that full house backfield. The quarterback is in a pistol look with a back on either side and another behind him. Rolls out to throw. Sets. Fires downfield. One-on-one. Went up with it. I think he's out of bounds, but the flag might save the day for the Tigers. Let's see.
Most definitely will right there. Number 4, LaShawn Talbot right there. All you young guys out there, when you play defensive back, if you don't look for the ball and you just throw your hands up, they're going to throw the flag every time, and that's what he did. If he just turned his head and looked for the ball, then that would have been an incomplete pass and there would have been no flag there. But him just running with the receiver, which he did a great job there on that, but he just never turned back and looked for the ball and just threw his hands up. They're going to throw the flag. The referee will throw the flag every time on that.
Easy pass interference call, 1st down. Fern Creek out to the 35.
It's one of those plays, as your defensive back coach or defensive coach, you just got to work with your guys and talk to them. It's a great job running with them. Just turn your head. If you just turn and act, even if you don't see the ball, just turn and act like you're looking for the ball. They're never going to throw the flag on that.
Wallace still the quarterback, 6 foot, 165-pound junior. Hands it off. Not much going there. In fact, nothing going there. That one's going to be all down for a loss. No room for Eric Pickett on that one.
Just nothing there for him right there. Just a great, solid defensive effort by Ballard as a group right there, led by Ellis Vivito. And also, again, Javion Jones right there, just shutting it down. There's just nothing there. Like I said, this Ballard defense, they've been pretty solid all year. They shut Mill out the whole second half after giving up 17 in the first half. And last week, this solid defensive effort gave up 1 touchdown. They're really playing well.
Very tight version of the same formation. Jackson on each side. Number 2 Jackson, number 3 Jackson. Calvi is 2, Jaden is 3. And Wallace looks, fires, high and incomplete. Couldn't get it to Jaden Jackson on that one.
That's really not something that the Fern Creek Tigers like to do right there. Roll out, pass the ball is almost a 2-receiver run route right there. You saw there are 4 defenders around that wide receiver right there, and also heavy pressure put on the quarterback right there. It's not their bread and butter. They like to run the ball. Ballard doing a good job on defense thus far.
3rd down and a dozen. Playbook narrows in these situations.
Oh, the team in their situation, they don't throw it well. You probably like to do a little draw or screen something short.
They hand it off inside and to little avail. Got back maybe a yard, if that.
Great job right there by the defense. Again, as I said, that Ballard defense just strong, stingy, and tight. It's Cam Pinkney with the play right there, and you're going to try to play the field position game here, which is something what we thought that would happen in this game with both these defenses being so stingy and tight. Try to play the field position game. So first defensive stint, if they're giving points, you'd say 1-0 Ballard right now.
Yeah. Cage Fannin, who does just about everything, is the punter. Dalen Thompson back to return for Ballard. He's the single safety, and whistles blow as the snap comes through.
So it's going to be on Ballard right there. They may move it up 5 yards, but it's still going to be fourth and a long way to go.
Sure. And so move it to 4th and 8. Oh, I'll call it 4th and 7 at the 38. So Dalen Thompson, who is a dangerous man, just backs up 5 yards. Readies himself again. Standing just across his own 20. High snap, but Fannin's got it. A little heat, but he gets it out of there. And nothing going to come out of this one. It's going to kick up and die just shy of the 35-yard line. And that's where Ballard will come on the attack for their first series. Larry Irvin seemingly has been the quarterback there for eons, but he will not be out there tonight. Let's see how it goes.
3-year starter for Ballard right there. Irvin, they call him Day-Day. Will not be starting tonight, trying to rest up, trying to get ready for the big games they got against Bull County and Trinity. They also get a bye week, so that'll be very helpful. Really nice punt there by Fern Creek right there. Good coverage by the coverage team to prevent Dalen Tompkins from returning that ball. So now we got Fern Creek on D. We'll see what they got.
It's Jermaine Walker at quarterback. Walker, the lefty, fires it out in the flat. Got some room here. And the receiver still fighting for yardage. Picks his way. Got the better part of 10 yards on that play. Pickup of about 7.
That's what they're going to have to do. Not going to throw it deep. Not going to throw it too far upfield. Little screens, almost like they're basically typically little sweeps or little pitches right there. A quick screen right there, throws it out to the receiver. Receiver cuts it inside, breaks one tackle, and before a host of Tigers get there and make the play. But nice positive play on first down.
That was Dalen Thompson, his 36th reception of the year.
I should have known.
2nd and short. Hand it off. First down, and then some. Trying to break free down near the 40-yard line. A good physical run for Santee Brock on that one.
Santee Brock, strong run right there. Strong run by Santee Brock. Just kind of going right there. First down Bruins right there, just moving the chains. They're trying to move quick right here.
41-yard line for Ballard. And unfortunately, that one is going to be whistled dead just as it gets going.
Legal motion. Ballard trying to move quick there, almost too quick. They moved so quick, I don't think his receiver got set out there. And next thing you know, 5 yards. That's the thing that Coach Keene talked about. Nice first play right there. Screen, then you come back. The back makes another big run. They try to go with tempo, and then you just kind of shoot yourself in the foot. 5 yards back. So instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 15. And those are always tough to start with.
You talked about the ground game, and they do run it fairly often, but only 280 rushing yards on 82 carries. I'd imagine Coach Keene wants to see that yard per carry stat bumped up a little bit tonight.
Most definitely.
1st and 15, the snap's a one-hopper, and he has to fall on it if he does fall on it. Did he? Yes, he did. Heads-up play, Jermaine Walker, just to get back and cover that ball.
That's 2 plays in a row now right there for Ballard. First a penalty, now a fumble. And Coach said they've got to clean those up. If you listen to the interview, he's talked about if they can clean those things up, then they can come out more positive. And 2 plays in a row, that's what he's talking about right there.
2nd down and 19. Ballard moving the wrong direction. Walker, quick hitter. Thompson again. Can he shake free? He's still fighting. But he's covered up out there by a host of Tigers.
Nice quick screen there to Thompson, but he just can't elude. He has one man to beat, just can't get by him. And as he dances and tries to move, the pursuit of the Fern Creek Tiger defense just gets over there. And they're quick enough. They have a solid D right there. So, the defensive back does a great job right there. Then a host of other Tigers just get over there. And, you got about eight or nine Tigers over on defense. Nice defensive pursuit right there. Good job by Fern Creek.
They're down at 21. Tiger defense stiffening here on this first defensive possession of the game. Fern Creek picked up a first down, then had to punt. Ballard, unless they convert third and a mile here, could be in the same spot. Walker rolls out. Walker got time, throws. It's high.
Nice catch.
It is caught in bounds. A nice play. Who else would it be but Dalen Thompson? He is still about 7 yards shy. So I'm not sure if you're in go-for-it realm here. Probably. It's a little long even for their excellent kicker.
They're definitely going to go for it right there. That was a nice rollout right there, even though I'm one of those guys that's against rolling against your quarterback the way he's throwing it, being a left-hander, but throws the 2 receivers there. Thompson with a great catch.
Pick up a 14, needs 7 more. Walker going to be hit and going to be stopped. A turnover on downs as he ends up only back to the line of scrimmage.
Nothing there right there. You got Cage Fannin right there, number 8, who makes play after play after play on defense right there. He's there, a host of other Tigers right there. The quarterback just kind of turned it up a little too quick. He stays out wide and looks for some receivers. Got to give your guys a chance. He doesn't. Fanning comes in on a strong defensive play. And, you know, if you were keeping score defense, it'd be 1-1. But
the good news is it's actually tied, but it's not 1-1.
It's actually 0-0 still. So if you want to keep score that way, it's still 0-0. Both defensive giving up 1 first down, then shutting the other offense down. So
Fern Creek starts on their own 38. Still that same full house backfield. Quarterback hands it off, and boy, Ballard's just never fooled by any of this. That was Kai-Sean Young, and he just never got going.
I was a little confused on that one right there because you've got 4 guys in the backfield, then you got a wing. And I didn't know if you could have 5 people in the backfield.
That's a lot. It's a very crowded backfield.
You got 4. You got quarterback, 3 backs, and they also had a wing back on the right. So
I guess they call him a tight end, but
he was backed up a yard deep. He was a yard deep. Yeah. And I was like, but they didn't call it. So if they didn't call it, it didn't happen.
And it's legal, yeah.
They didn't call it, didn't happen. But, they've got to get that young man up there on the line of scrimmage. He's up there this time. He's up there this time. They got him up there.
Yeah.
Last time he was back. And
2nd and 11. Play fake. Trying to get on the edge. He's going to be hit and dropped. Well played again by Ballard. And that time looks like it's Santee Brock who came up and took care of Javis Wallace.
Yeah. Damon Jackson right there with the quick pressure, which made him come inside, and then Brock comes in, cleans it up for him right there. And there was just nothing open. It's a good job by the Ballard defensive backs right there. Just clears it up, and nice tackle right there. And just, like I said, that Ballard defense, they've done a stellar job thus far, as well as the Fern Creek defense in their first series. So both teams they've been, I don't know if you want to call it casual, but usual, third and plentiful.
Yeah, it's been a lot of 3rd and longs already. This one's 3rd and 17. Javis Wallace. Now the protection breaks down. He slides out. He's quick. Can he get outside? He cannot. Well played off the edge that time. That Brock again. Managing to get all the way across field.
Yeah, Brock going to the strong side each time right there. Playing on the left side that time. The quarterback looking for something. Brock almost playing like a spy. You know, he just waiting, watching, then just runs up and shoots up and makes a nice tackle right there. So Brock with 2 excellent plays on defense, and Fern Creek kicking back to number 15, Dalen Thompson. Thompson's pretty deep right here. He probably ought to move up about 10 yards.
He's definitely showing a healthy respect for Cage Fannon's punting. Scooted up a little. He's standing about the 44 on his own end of the field. Snaps clean. Fannin gets it out of there. It's a low kick. It's not going to be returned because it doinks into the sideline. And so pretty good field position again for Ballard here on their second crack at it. Yeah. Both of these offenses just moving a step ahead and then 2 steps back.
Well, Ballard's was more mental and fundamental where they had penalties. Fern Creek, they just couldn't get anywhere with Ballard's defense, just getting to them each time. And, you know, like I said, Fern Creek, there's just no room for them, no room for them to run. Ballard, they had a penalty, then had another penalty, a fumble, you know, things of that nature. So, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps, maybe 3 steps back for both offenses.
Good field position for the Bruins as Jermaine Walker brings them up. Thompson now shifts in on his left. He's going to give it to Thompson. That's one way to get it to him, and he is a threat every time. Picks his way for 11 there and moves the sticks.
Thompson just a shoestring tackle away from that right there. Thompson comes in. He's Mr. Everything. You see him at running back. You see him at kick returner. You see him at receiver. And now he's coming over getting the play. He does it all. Coming over getting the play from the coach. So does it all right there. And as you can see, just a shoestring tackle away. Number 2 right there. That's Carvey Jackson, which makes the stop right there. If he doesn't get that, Thompson could be gone to the house for 6.
1st and 10 Bruins at the 39. Hand it off. Tracked down pretty well, and really not going to go anywhere for Leandre Martin that time.
Martin on the little, I guess the one called the RPO right there. The quarterback reads, gives it to him. Then a nice tackle by John Smith, number 7. He comes in and cleans everything up for him. So 2nd and 10. Gain of nothing there for the Bruins.
John Smith, the kind of name that young man might be in witness protection. I don't know. It's a little suspicious. You don't see that many John Smiths.
Don't see too many. The only John Smiths I see are in the history books when you talk about the Puritans.
That's, you got to go a ways back.
Got to go way back.
He's a throwback. 2nd and 10 for the Bruins. They hand it off. A little power action. I believe that's Thompson again with it, and he's able to pick up about half of what he needs right there.
Picks it up. John Smith on the tackle, as well as looks like number 57 right there. That's Robert Williams. Nice tackle right there, but Thompson comes in motion, comes there to the backfield. They just give it to him on a little handoff to the right. Gets what he can get. If nothing else tonight, he will be in shape, running back and forth to the sideline, getting the plays, then running the ball, then doing a little bit of everything.
3rd down and 5, and almost undoubtedly 4-down territory. 2 receivers left. They're bunched in fairly tight for Jermaine Walker. Calls his own number. Can he break free? Not quite. Able to pick up a couple, and that makes the 4th down decision. It was probably already pretty easy. I'm guessing it's a little easier now. Although they're sending in some subs, that may just be situational. 4th and 3, call it.
Well, quarterback read, and he just keeps the ball right there. Then Kamari Wilson comes up and wraps him up right there. But he had a little opening right there. Didn't get a block from his wide out right there. Thompson's kind of looking. I guess Thompson didn't know if he's going to run it or throw it. And if Thompson gets that block, he may have gained a few more yards, but that's okay. 4th and short.
4th and 3. Hand it off. 1st down. Nice run there by Santee Brock. He's been very productive tonight.
I like the way Brock runs. He goes north and south. He gets the ball and gets up there. He looks old school. He's got the towel hanging right there. He's got some white sleeves there on the side. He just looks like an old school back, kind of running up through there, hitting the hole solid. Nice run right there. Just good play right there.
Needed 3, got 5. 1st down. The Bruins approach field goal range, if nothing else.
Alvin Rivera right there with the tackle.
There goes that man Thompson. Cuts up. Breaks free. All the way.
Touchdown.
What a play. Dalen Thompson.
Got to be right there. That's a nice play right there. Thompson runs to the sideline, gets the play, breaks the huddle, comes back, comes in motion, jet motion. That's a pass play. So he throws it to him. Let's going to call it. He runs it. Thompson runs by 3-4 defenders, then runs by number 3, Jaden Jackson. Jackson tackles him, but not until after he crossed the goal line. CIX for some, SIX for others. 6 points. Thompson. Bruins up 6-0.
Extra point pending. Abbott, of course, the kicker. Snaps there. Kick. More than good enough. He kicked it almost out of the stadium entirely. And it's good. We'll step aside. 7-0 Ballard here on Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, always one step ahead. And Blinds Direct, your window decoration specialists.
All right, Joey Hamilton points out something to me during the break there that I overlooked. That's a pass. It looks like a run. It's a pass. It's a little forward pitch, which is what makes the play so smart because heaven forbid the guy drops it. You just go back and run your next play. It doesn't hurt you.
Pass, yeah.
But instead, it's a touchdown. It looks like a dart in the box score, as they say.
I say, my man Thompson there, he came from the sideline, got the play, ran over to the sideline, the opposite sideline, came jet motion. He ran all over the field that time and scored the touchdown.
First pass of the year for a touchdown for Walker. This kickoff's going to stay in the field of play. Fern Creek, I think, was surprised by that. And now it's not going to work out very well. They're going to be taken down inside the 15-yard line is Kaishawn Young.
Right there, Kaishawn just looking at it, thinking it's going to go in the end zone.
Yeah.
Shades of the receiver or the kick returner from Pittsburgh Steelers. But unfortunately for the Steeler guy, went past him and he didn't get it. Fortunately for Young, he does get it and gets what he can and still gets his team past the 10-yard line on that kickoff. So, but good coverage there by the Bruins. Tough field position here for Fern Creek.
Absolutely. Start at their own 13. More traditional look this time. With two receivers right and one left. The quarterback Javis Wallace. Wallace 7 of 9 last week passing. Takes off on a run. He's got good wheels and he makes it out to near the 20-yard line.
Nice strong run right there. Positive yards right there. Not going to the full house backfield this time. Spreads the Bruins out a little more this time and a little more room to run. When they're in there in that packed three-man backfield, there's not much room, but right there when he's in an empty backfield, just a little quarterback draw and gain some yards right there. Nice tackle there by number 32 for the Bruins. That's going to be Nolan Flores, but not till after the quarterback gains positive yards.
They're not going to run another play. Everybody heads to the sideline. First quarter in the books. Ballard 7, Fern Creek nothing. Second quarter right after this here on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Fern Creek with a second, and it'll be about 5. They spotted him back at the 18 as they open the second quarter.
A nice crowd here tonight. Over the far side, you got a lot of orange and black. You even got some orange and black here on the home side. Then over here, you got a lot of maroon and black over here. And the band, you got the pep band, or if you want to call them that. The tuba's over there going, and they're playing a little Jeopardy music.
Jeopardy theme, yeah. Run it on the left side, and
nothing.
Not going there.
Nothing right there. That defense is pretty stout right there. After giving up 5 yards, then they just come back and say nothing. They're giving up nothing right there. So
just not a thing going on. And see if
Nolan Flores again on the tackle, number 32, just kind of lassos the ball carrier right there. Going to make it third, and I think they lost a yard in that.
Yeah, they did. The third down call at 6.
Third down, 6 to go.
Fern Creek looks like they're in uncomfortable territory right here with the pass set going right there.
Pistol look for Wallace. Sends a man across formation. Throws left. Fannin
nice
drags
catch.
it
Nice
in.
catch.
I think he's just short. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
That's
just
a great
short.
catch.
Great catch. Fannin does a little out and the man in motion does a fly or go pattern. Fanning comes underneath, quarterback hits him. Fanning kind of bobbles it a little bit. I think he catches that on the fly right there without bobbling. He'll probably get the first down, but he bobbled it. But good concentration by him right there to hold on to that ball and makes it 4th and short.
Half a yard. Ball is just across the 27. It's got to come to the 28.
Looks like there's some disagreement there with the Fern Creek players. Some of them wanted to stay on the field, and now the punter kind of reluctantly walks back there. It looks like they'd want to go for it.
Well, you're definitely in fake territory too.
Yeah, and so you had a couple guys out there, and now they've got some players running on late because they thought they would go for that 4th and 1.
Yeah. Apparently not.
And
there's the snap.
Just get it off.
Fannin hits a line drive kick. Thompson's got it. Here he comes. Cross midfield, down that left side. Needs a block, got a block, and not quite enough of a block. He avoided the penalty, and that's probably the bigger play there.
Smart play right there, and they're going to call that clip, though. He still blocked him in the back. You just got to let him go right there. Nice line drive kick right there.
I thought he'd
Thompson
gotten away
catches
with
it, makes a little juke, cuts up the left side right there, and on the very last man, he just pushes him. And you don't have to push him. You touch him. That's number 12 right there. Let's talk to him. That's Jacoby Moore. Say, Jacoby, you just can't touch him at all. And you touch him, just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
But my thought is on that, and this is me thinking, in high school you have to have your mouthpiece in, right?
Yep.
He did not have his mouthpiece in on that, unless he has 2 mouthpieces. Because on that run, his mouthpiece was hanging. And I'm thinking, in college, I see a lot of those guys' mouthpieces hanging, and I'm thinking maybe he has 2 mouthpieces because he caught that and was hanging right there, and they did not throw a flag. So I don't know, but that's, maybe
I see the mouthpiece now. Yeah, you can see that plainly.
Yeah, do I hush on that? Or
I don't know. It depends on whether it's a Fern Creek fan or Ballard fan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hanging right there, and I don't know. Does he have another one in his mouth? There's our guy.
First down, Walker. They hand it on the left side. And
nice
Santee Brock able to pick his way for a couple of yards.
There's Mr. Anonymous right there, John Smith, making a tackle.
He's not going to stay anonymous if he keeps making all these tackles. That's the only problem with his theory. So.
It's not even Thanksgiving, and they're talking John Smith right there, making tackles, making plays like that.
Second down and about 7. Brock came in tonight as the second leading rusher. Ballard this season, 22 carries, 80 yards, and 2 scores. He's made a few nice plays tonight. Walker gives it to him inside. Hard run that time. Santee Brock not quite to the first down sticks, but it's going to be a 3rd and very short.
Santee's a strong runner right there. Come out of that shotgun, and he's right there next to the quarterback. They got a little up back up there to block for him in the hole. They just hand it to him, and he just tries to get what he can get. They pull a guard, too, on that. So, pull number 62, the guard on that right there. Pull him on basically a little trap or a little fold right there. And that's going to be Braxton Thompson. Nice run right there by Santee.
3rd and 3. You're at the 26. Got to make the 23. And Brock again.
Nimble.
He's got the first down comfortably down near the 20-yard line.
Nimble right there by the big fella right there. Kind of sidesteps a player right there and makes a nice run right there. Brock would just nimble. Thompson comes in motion, so they have to be aware of that right there, but he goes all the way across, just hand it to him right there. Big number 62 with another nice folded trap block right there, Thompson, and Brock just gets enough for the first down.
Well, the threat of Thompson has opened up Brock for some of the inside stuff, so that's a good sign for Ballard. You can play one successful facet of the offense off another.
There you go.
Walker, pitch out, trying to get that edge. Got some speed out there, got some room, but then the hammer got lowered down inside the 15-yard line. Martin on the carry, and he paid for the yardage on that.
That's Nathan Talley right there with a nice hit, and Dalen Burton right there. Guys in there with a strong hit right there. I was going to say some thunder and lightning right there because he looked pretty quick right there until they lowered the boom on him right there. But he was cut back inside. You want to stay outside on that play right there.
Second down and 4.
Yeah, you cut back inside, but defensive players right there.
That's it, yeah. Run to the wide side this time. And Walker then goes back against the flow and ducks his head and come up about a yard shy of the first down. That's A dangerous thing for a team that's already into the depth chart at quarterback a little bit.
A strong play right there by Emmanuel McGee. He cuts off the quarterback right there. They try to go to quarterback sweep there. And number 50, Emmanuel McGee, cuts it off right there. He beats everybody across the line, so the quarterback tries to reverse his field. And just a solid defensive effort right there by the Fern Creek Tigers.
3rd and 2 when we come back. 7-0 Ballard. The Bruins looking for more here on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Third and 2, Pat Crawford Stadium.
6,000 Old Brownsboro Road. It's right in front of the tennis center and right behind the Shell station on the corner in Paul's Fruit Market.
Nobody better doubt Joey Hamilton's Ballard credentials. 3rd and 2. Walker. Hands Brock. First down. Inside the 10, inside the 5.
Strong run.
He's running hard in there.
He's running hard. And they got a nice trap fold block right there coming in. Like I said, with Thompson, number 62, folding in there. And just, they got some success with that. So they're just going to keep it rolling right there. Just keep that going right there. Just keep pulling him. And every time they pull him right there, he goes right there and seals the hole right there. And next thing you know, they got a little seam and move it 1st and goal.
That one didn't go anywhere that time. Fern Creek not fooled whatsoever. They dug in, and Emmanuel McGee right there to stop that one in the backfield.
Yeah, Ballard trying to go with a little hurry up right there as they go. I think they went a little too quick for themselves right there because the defense really wasn't set, so they're not really set the way you want them to. They're just waiting for it.
Right.
They brought an extra man, too, on the outside, and so it's big number 50 right there coming in again, making a nice play, Emmanuel McGee.
2nd and goal on the 7 now. Number 9, Jermaine Walker. There's another flip pass. Is it going to get the corner? Yes, it is, but a flag comes in. Hold the phone. I got a feeling that one is not going to stick.
This time they came right to left.
Yeah.
And, in the past they went left to right.
Yeah.
And so they switched him up, put him on the other side of the field, and it was wide open, but looks like there's a hold. I think that's going to be on number 6. Yeah, it's going to be on Brock. He just grabbed him. I don't know why. He just grabbed him and then threw his hands up. And it's one of those plays where he throws his hands up. I'm like, what are you throwing your hands up for? He grabbed him.
The thing is, Thompson doesn't need the help. I mean,
he didn't have to do anything in that play. He just needed.
If you want to stand in the way, that would probably be
useful. That would have been great.
But that's about it.
So and this is one of the plays Coach talked about again. Them getting their 1st and goal. Touchdown.
2nd down and 10 yards back.
Yeah, 10 yards back. Just shooting yourself in the foot. Just got to get better at that.
2nd and goal at the 15. Thompson's in the slot right. Keep an eye out for him on this one.
No one on him either. No one on him.
Looking that way, throwing that way, caught that way. Thompson spins, fights, got about half of what he needed on 2nd and goal. It'll be 3rd down around the 7 or 8 yard line.
He's in the slot, and there's nobody guarding him. And he was open for about 3, 4, 5 seconds there, and then they finally throw it out there. And then number 15, Jaden Gray, just comes up and helps out and makes a play right there. But just no one on him. I couldn't believe it. If anybody else, I might not guard a couple of the other players, but number 15, I'm going to know where he's at every moment of the second of the play.
He's getting the Norman Dale Hoosiers test. What kind of gum is he chewing out there? We want to know.
Yeah, I want to know.
3rd and goal at the 7. He picked up 8. A big play here for the Bruins.
Got Lightning in there, number 20.
They look that way. They go backside, and it's down near the goal line, but not quite into the end zone.
So I guess that's considered a pass play, too. He comes back under
it's Thompson
reverse.
On the pass, yeah.
It's sweep left, reverse right there. So they fake sweep left, and they just kind of toss it to him. He cuts back inside, follows 2 blockers right there. So that's a pass play. He's going 4th and 1.
Yep.
Are they going to go for this here? Are they going to use Mr. Reliable, Colt Abbott?
No, they're going to go. Kicker not on the field.
Colton Abbott not on the field, so they're going for it. 4th and 1. Big Ballard line there. It looks like number 6 is in the game, Brock.
Walker's going to be the man to take the snap. Rolls right, circles back, goes in. Just a smart play by Jermaine Walker, finding enough of a crease to get into the end zone.
Got that line in front of him. He also got number 6 in front of him. He's got a host of Bruins right there just creating a seam for him, and as they just create a seam, he just looks right a little bit. Big number 62 Thompson kicks out, and he just follows Thompson.
He's had a game already.
Yeah, he's
just on that drive.
Doing well. Yeah, they've got some mileage out of that block right there.
Mm-hmm. Abbott to kick it, pretty near automatic, and I hope that I didn't just pull a jinx on him, but it doesn't look like I impacted it one way or the other. Kick's good. 14-0 Ballard. Late second quarter. We'll be right back here on Glycod.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
So the Ballard Bruins have put together a couple of nice scoring drives, and it's been the reserve quarterback getting him into the end zone. Jermaine Walker, once with a pass, now once with a run.
Walker last week with a 7 of 12, 7 of 9 game, he threw 2 touchdowns to Jaden Jackson. He 3 catches for 97 yards. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me say that one more time. He threw some passes last week, and he was 7 of 12 for 72 yards. He hit Thompson 6 catches for 26 yards. I apologize for saying that.
There you go.
But it's just, I think after a week of getting to practice, with the first team, we'll wait for this, and I'll continue that.
High short kick, so short for him. Caught in the field of play. Well, they do a great job covering it down at the 17. I'm not sure if I wouldn't just tell him pop it up a couple yards shy of the goal line when your coverage is playing that well.
Yeah, Aiden Smith, number 43, the freshman right there. Nice coverage right there by Ballard. What I was saying is Jermaine Walker he's getting some reps, He got some reps. Last week I think he's throwing it to the line of fire and just kind of like, here I am. And, when you're used to one guy being in there, you're used to playing receiver. So now he's got some reps, got kind of comfortable working with the first team this week, and you can tell the difference from last week to this week.
Fern Creek really needs something positive here. Ballard will get the football out of the locker room at halftime. Already a 2-score advantage, and the Tigers love to cut into that. Bad snap. Well, snap was clean, but Wallace couldn't catch it cleanly and has to fall on it.
Yeah, and the body language right now.
And flag.
The body language right now at Fern Creek is not very positive right now because
2 flags.
You've got the Fern Creek linemen there saying some unjust words right there, and the officials are just not having it.
No.
And you can see a big Cage Fanning, and he just was looking around right before the play, like looking back, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And they just, there's no PMA right now. That's positive mental attitude. There's none of that going on right now on the Fern Creek side right now. They're down by 2 scores. They really haven't been in this situation since the first game of the season. Really the second game of the season. I'm sorry, and they lost 21-16. But I don't know if they were down by so much in that game. But they've had a lot of positiveness. The first couple of games, 49-8 over Moore, 35-14 over Eastern. Shut Seneca out, so a little turmoil and controversy going on there with the Fern Creek team. Don't know what they said to the official, but whatever they said, the official did not like it.
2 different unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and my favorite part of the play is probably the Javion Jones for Ballard turned and pointed at one of the flags as if to say, are you sure it's only 2? Isn't there a third one here? No, there was only 2.
The great debater.
Yeah, he was making his case. I'll give him credit.
Can we go for one more?
A second down and a mile here. The ball's back at the 3. The first down marker's at the 28. Second and call it 25.
Yeah, Coach Abel's team just not clicking on any cylinders right now.
Wallace is going to take the snap 2 yards deep. They hand it off, and boy, not much there. I think it got back to the line. It didn't do any better than that.
Look at that. He may have lost a yard there, but just not much of anything right there. Talking about the field position game, so this is going to be second down then?
That's third down now.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
And Ballard calls timeout. We'll take the break as well. The Bruins trying to set something up late in the half here on Glycod.
You want the right agents for your real estate? Choose the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Seminin Realtors, always one step ahead. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
A third down and a bunch.
Johnson.
Tigers in a hole here.
Johnson.
Can't take Joey Hamilton anywhere. He knows people everywhere. Literally everywhere.
He said something to me. His brother-in-law's his uncle's a really good friend of mine. He works for ESPN, and we talk all the time.
There you go. Third and call it 25. Wallace throws deep. He's got a man out there, but just overshot it. Not a bad idea. It was available if he could have gotten it to Jaden Jackson. But
really nice play right there. Max protection. Good time for the quarterback. He drops back, throws it, has a man open, just overthrows him by a step and a half.
Yeah,
he
little
was
flat.
wide open.
Just got to put a little bit more
a little more on it, a little more air on it right there.
Yeah.
And he hits that because he's got the receiver open. The DB just stayed outside, and the receiver just does a nice post pattern. Nobody in the middle.
So Cage Fannin in punt formation, he has to be careful here. He cannot take a step back. If the snap is bad, he's got to just go straight up. If he steps back, it's a safety.
Yeah, his foot touches that white line back there. That
Frankly,
will be
it's
2
right
points.
on it from here. He got it clean and got it out of there.
Nice punt right there.
Thompson just
angled it.
Watches it go because it's going to sail out of bounds. It's going to be excellent field position for the Bruins at the 23-yard line.
Really, really nice punt. It just went straight at an angle out of bounds.
Yeah.
It was if you straighten that out, that's probably about a 35, 40 yards.
He hit
right
it
there.
hard, and I like the idea, even if kicking out of bounds, just maybe not quite that far up.
Yeah, it made it all the way to the middle of the track over there on the sideline. So that's right there. It shows you. And where it landed, that was probably a nice 35, 40-yarder.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they'll give him, 22 yards on the punt?
20 even.
20 even, okay. So, yeah, that's probably about 35, easy 35-yarder right there, but just angled it out. But Ballard in excellent field position once again.
Martin the setback beside Walker. They give it to Martin. Martin, he's shifty. He's elusive. He grinds his way down near the 15-yard line.
Lightning with a nice play right there. Tackled by Jaden Gray, number 15. But Lightning with a nice run there. And that's Leandre Martin right there. We're going to call him Lightning. We're going to call big number 6 Thunder. Santee Brock got Thunder and Lightning back there. Then they have the man. We're going to call him the man, Dalen Thompson. So, he does it all. He does it all for him. So, they've got Thunder, Lightning, and the man.
It's Martin in the backfield still. He's 5'4". That stands out. He's going to get the call, working that right side, and he's got the first down.
Nice quick shifts right there. Good feet right there by the running back.
It can actually be an advantage to be small because it's harder to find him sometimes, to be quite blunt.
Yeah, when you're quick and shifty as he is right there, you give it to him, and he just gets the ball from the quarterback there. Goes 1, 2, 3, then he just cuts upfield. It's just hard for him to find him. And finally, number 21, Eric Pickett, just sticks his arms out there and grabs him.
Yeah. First down at the 11, not quite first and goal.
I think he just ran by a few ball carriers, about a few tacklers there, and they just didn't even see him.
Martin is the setback. Dalen Thompson's off to the left now. He comes across formation. Now he comes back. Here he comes. One of those little flip passes. Dalen Thompson down near the goal line, but not quite into the end zone.
Nice little play right there. Thompson comes all the way over to the right, stops, reverses field. They pitch it to him, cuts back in. The blocking scheme on that is just kind of a man blocking. Everybody just getting their man, pushing them to the right, and then Thompson just has to find his way to the left and see what he can get out of that and takes it all the way down inside the 5.
2nd and 1 at the 2.
And it's been the field position game pretty much this
really
second quarter.
has.
Fern Creek has not crossed the 50, and Ballard's been on that side of the field this whole second quarter.
Walker sends Thompson across again. They run behind him with Brock, and he's into the end zone, standing up.
Just not much of anything right there as far as a defensive hold for Fern Creek. Santee Brock just runs through there. That's bull truck offense right there, just running right through. Get a nice block right there from his guard and tackle situation. Big number 62 didn't have anyone to block. He hit somebody in the end zone right there. And it's just there was nobody there for Braxton Thompson to block, and the rest of the line just pushed him on through. And another touchdown there for the Bruins.
Matt Kane got to be happy with the execution. When they get the field position, they're capitalizing. They're grinding it out.
Yeah, it's got to be a positive for them. You got to think about everything they worked for this week, and they've gotten that.
Abbott's kick is long enough, but a flag comes in. Hold the phone.
Especially after a couple of tough losses there they had. They played a really, after that first win, they played 3 really tough teams, really good teams, really good ball clubs. And like I said, he didn't get the wins, but he said they found out what they needed to do. They found out where their weaknesses were, and he was happy with that.
So the extra point counts. We'll take a quick break. 21-0. Ballard here on Glycod.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
21-0. Flag will be applied on the ensuing kickoff. Just everything going Ballard's way right now. Fern Creek really struggling to put together any kind of offensive continuity, and the defense has fought hard, but when you keep putting them on the short end of the field again and again, the results are not going to be great.
Not positive. And that's had to be a 15-yard penalty.
So do you onside kick here. Here's food for thought. The onside kick has to go to the 35-yard line. You're not putting yourself in terrible field position.
Not the way your defense has been playing. Hey, and you get to work on. You get to work on it.
He'll put it 20 yards through the end zone if he kicks it strong. Now, he just kicks a little grounder. That's going to be covered perfectly.
Woo.
Wow, their coverage team tonight.
Nice job.
Has just been phenomenal.
Yeah, that's Rayon Whitlock right there, the sophomore. Just sprints down and just makes a play. That's good play right there. That's a nice job right there.
I mean, the return man basically picked the ball up, and there it was. That's
just right there on him. He's a gunner on the outside. Just runs around, just makes the tackle right there. Doesn't give Fern Creek any opportunity to do anything.
Tigers will start on the 17. Have to see what they can cook up here deep in their own end.
It's taking them an awful long time to get this situated, too. It looks like they're already in jeopardy of getting a delay of game. And they're looking around and
must have started late. Wallace looks to throw, now looks to run. There's not much there.
No, nothing there. Nice defensive tackle there by number 26.
Timeout Ballard. Yeah, they're going to try the same thing again. We'll step aside real quickly here. 21-0 Ballard, and the Bruins smelling an opportunity for more before halftime here on Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, always one step ahead, and Blinds Direct, your window decoration specialists.
Welcome back here to Ballard after the sack. Fern Creek backed up yet again. Just everything started going the other way. This one was scoreless until the final minute of the first quarter, but since then, It's really just moved steadily Ballard's way.
Yeah, Fern Creek just looks out of sorts. Like they just don't look like the kids are just kind of moving around like they're in a different time zone than the Ballard Bruins. They're just looking around and.
Second down and long, they hand it off inside. Short yardage, got maybe a yard. Whistle blow, another timeout.
Ballard trying to save that clock, trying to get one more possession of the ball right there, and that's good. Good practice right here. Your defense holding right here, and you get this one more time. If they run the ball again, then it's going to run off another 25 seconds. But if they throw it incomplete pass, then it plays to your advantage if you're Ballard. Fern Creek, they have not been able to complete any passes, and they've not run the ball well. So. It's 3rd and 15, 14.
Yeah.
It's just hard. I don't know what you call here. I mean, myself,
No.
I guess I'd try to run the ball and try to run the clock out as much as I can. You still have to punt to them.
Right.
So the Ballard coach doing an excellent job right there, just trying to keep things in his favor right here, calling those timeouts, using them at the right opportune time, and they should get the ball back here probably with about 40 seconds to go.
Yeah. Well, it's a good opportunity, too, assuming that it works out for Ballard to kind of do some end-of-the-half stuff. That's a very valuable thing that's hard to simulate.
Yeah, it's hard to simulate. Still 2-minute offense, end-of-the-half offense there. Considering they get the ball here, no penalties. They don't shoot themselves in the foot. Right. No pass interferences, no personal fouls. So that Ballard defense, they look very quick tonight. Like I said, they've been solid all year. They've been a good team with a good group effort. Like I said, especially the second half of that male game, I'm very impressed watching that. They after getting up 17 points in the first half, the second half just gave up nothing.
Yeah.
Just really, really yeoman effort right there.
They're down at 15. Three backs, one on either side. The quarterback, Javis Wallace. Wallace got some time, going to chuck one. Got a man out there, one-on-one.
Ooh.
That's twice. They've just missed on that route, and twice that it's gone to Jaden Jackson.
Jaden Jackson had a step on the DB twice right there, and they just a little too much on it right there.
Can you stop the clock?
Yeah, like I said, it plays in your favor if you're Ballard. They throw the incomplete pass because you have no timeouts left. So now, instead of 40 seconds or between 40 and 50 seconds, it's a minute 13, and you have an opportunity to get the ball, and you have a dangerous man back there. So if they punt to him, very dangerous man, Mr. Thompson back there. If they throw it back, they punt it back to him. It's an opportunity for the Bruins.
To steal a line from the great Charlie Daniels' Ballad of Uneasy Rider. He's a fairly dangerous man, folks.
Low
line drive kick. Let's see if he can get one going. Here he goes. Scoops it up. 45. Can he shake free? Cross midfield. Turns the corner. He needs a block on the edge. Not quite going to get there, so he'll just stop, and then he'll go back the other way. Can he get that edge? No.
Woo.
That was about as exciting of a 12-yard punt return as you're ever going to see. Goodness gracious.
Great job there. He catches up one bounce, cuts up, runs across, then backs up on the other side of midfield, then crosses midfield, then goes all the way to the left, jukes a man, shakes another man, goes back up, crosses the 40, comes back, gets back to the 45, and gets stopped at the 44 by number 2, Cave Jackson. So great run, exciting. As you see on the replay, goes left, shakes the man, goes there, cuts back right. Carvey just stops him right there. So, like I said, an exciting 12-yard run.
Which unfortunately then is wiped out by penalty. And unsportsmanlike conduct on Ballard will now back them up.
And coaches, unsportsmanlike, a hold or a clip, or that's one thing, but unsportsmanlike.
I think it was after the play, Joey. I think something was said by somebody.
A dead ball. It's like, come on, guys. We got that. And that's one of those things Coach talked about. Said we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. We can't just make the bonehead play like that unsportsmanlike. It's just those things, they just hurt you. They kill you.
So no timeouts. That's a challenge. See what the Bruins do with it here. Jermaine Walker, touchdown pass, touchdown run so far, calls his own number on the run, going to get to midfield, going to cross midfield. down to about the 43-yard line.
Tackle by John Smith right there. Walker just on the quarterback draw. John Smith gets him, but not until after he gets the first down do they stop the clock, move the chains, and they start the clock back up.
43-yard line. Walker rolls, flips, incomplete, and probably well advised to not catch that ball because it would have been 2 yards.
Best thing could happen right there for the Bruins right there, throwing a ball down the dirt toward number 7, Cauley right there. Got good pressure by the Fern Creek defensive line right there. Just got in there real quick, and next thing you know, he just throws it down the ground. It's best thing could happen for the Bruins right there.
Second down and 10, not far from Abbott's field goal range here. It's 60 from here. That seems a little ambitious even for him.
Yeah, and like I said, that's strong pressure right there by number 59, Dalen Burton, and number 67, Sharon Briscoe. Good job on the D-line there for Fern Creek.
Trips right for the Bruins. Quick throw right. Got the catch. Trying to get upfield. Can't do it. Jaden Barnes doesn't get any yardage, and the clock will run.
Jaden Gray with a great play right there. Barnes looked like he stopped a little bit. I think it looked like if he had just kept running, he could have outran him, but he hesitated just a second, just enough for Gray to get there and make a play.
Clock running out here. Bruins have got to do something in a hurry. 10 seconds. Walker rolls left. Might as well chuck one. He does. Got a man. It's caught. And he gets out of bounds with 3 seconds. Okay, 48-yard. Well, hold the phone.
Come on, guys.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll probably never know now.
Well, it looks like the Ballard guy was the last one to do it. I think number 3 on defense, Jaden Jackson kind of pushed him, but then number 3 on offense, Barnes kind of pushed him afterwards, and they usually catch the second man, so I don't know. I think it was one of those things you got to let that go. They're just over there just jawing at each other, but referee's not having it, so I don't know who they're going to call that on.
Looks like it goes on Ballard. So
he was the second guy to do it. They always
That's
catch
always
the second
how it
guy.
is. Yeah.
They always catch the second guy. He just lets it go, doesn't do anything, even though the guy was jawing at him. Just let it go. Run him back to the huddle. Nice catch. He did a nice catch. Got out of bounds in 3 seconds. It gave you a chance or a shot to throw it to the end zone. Now, you're
takes a long throw, but let's see.
You have a guy who's not your regular quarterback,
right.
and I don't think he has the arm to get it there
Looks
to
like
the end
they're
zone.
going to try something. We'll see. Might just run a quick hitter to Thompson and see what happens.
Quick hitter, Thompson, hook and ladder, anything out here. Trying to see what you got going.
Likely the last play of the half. 3 seconds. Walker. Thompson. Yep. Okay, Thompson. Thompson's got a long way to go. Got a flag. And that flag, I think, is going to be
I don't know if it's going to be a hold or a clothesline or what. Not a clothesline, but a right there where he pulled on the collar. Could be on the collar, horse collar, or face mask.
Yeah. Well, let's see, because if it's on the defense, the half's not over.
Yeah, it looks like he grabbed the face mask. It looks like grabbed the face mask or horse collar. So if it's on the defense,
so they'll get an untimed play here.
Yeah, they should. They should. It looks like. What's the call? I guess.
Nope, it's hold on Ballard. Never mind. It comes to naught. It's halftime. 21-0. Ballard Bruins go in with a 3-score advantage. We'll be back to recap the first half. Get you ready for the second half. Stay tuned here on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
or surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
Thank you for rejoining us here. Halftime at Ballard, 21-0. Ballard over Fern Creek. Tonight's broadcast would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Please let them know how much you appreciate their commitment to providing free-to-watch high school athletics programming on Glycod. Well, one half, and, again, for the first quarter, this was a defensive dogfight, a punting contest for about 11 minutes, and then Ballard was able to break through, and since then it seems like the entire game has been played on Ballard's half of the field, and that's really been huge.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say it's a 12-minute quarter, and for 11 of those minutes it was even, and then Ballard scores, and then since then it's been all Ballard, But and you look at both of these teams, and they play in 2 really tough districts. Ballard is in there with the Oldham County, Trinity, and Eastern. And then you got Fern Creek there with Mill, Bullitt East, and Southern, and Ballard has not, like I said, they're polar opposites on the win-loss situation. But I think if you look at the opponents, Ballard's played a little tougher opponent than Fern Creek. So, and Coach Keene said he's good with that. And you can see it this first half. You can see that they played a tougher opponent, but they've shown a little more girth. They cut out in some of those penalties. They still had a few penalties. They cut out in some of those penalties, which held them back last week. And then Fern Creek just wasn't Fern Creek there, for, I say, about 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes of the half. They just you didn't recognize them. Their kids were looking around, and they're just out of sorts, and maybe, it's a little adversity that's hit them that they're not used to.
They've got athletes and guys with enough speed.
Yeah, they got guys
but you got to get the ball out to them. You got to get it in their hands, and that's been a massive struggle so far. They started out looking like they had a pretty good game plan, but really since that first drive, it's just been hard to get anything positive going.
Yeah, you look at that Jarvis Wallace, like I said, he passed for 146 yards last week, 3 touchdowns. Jaden Jackson, who's been open twice, but they just missed him. He had 3 catches for 97 yards last week. Then they
have a similar number tonight, but they're just not quite connected.
Hit Finnan tonight, on a nice little out route. He bobbled it, but he concentrated, caught it. I think that would be something that they ought to go back to there. That was positive, but like I said, it's hard when you're 3rd and 20. 3rd and 15 to 20, consistently. Yeah. Second down 15, third down 20, and
behind the chains all night.
And inside, they've been almost inside the red zone. On the backside, if there's a reverse red zone, if there's such a thing, they've been inside the 20, and it's hard when you're at your 2-yard line or your 5-yard line.
Punted from the 3 that one time.
And just giving Ballard excellent field position. So that's kind of been the run of the game thus far.
It really has. Tonight's scoreboard, want to point out, presented by Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you. Holy Smokes over at 7508 Preston Highway. That's 502-968-5657. And I don't know if with the 7:30 kick, we may not get out of here early enough for any Holy Smokes tonight, Joey. It may have to be next week.
Probably not tonight, but, I'm just, football-wise, I'm looking at, I'm like, Carvey Jackson. How come they haven't thrown the ball to him at all? They haven't. Riley Burton, he's not really carrying the ball too much tonight. Jaden Jackson, had some catches there. Why? I don't know. Like I said, it just doesn't seem like Fern Creek football tonight. They just seem off. They're just off by something. Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about it a little more on the other side of this break, catch you up with the scoring, remind you how we got to 21-0. And the second half will be on us before we know it. But Ballard had their way of things there in the last minute, and then in quarter 2, it's 21-0 Bruins here on Glycod.
(1965) male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Seminin Realtors, always one step ahead.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Now we're back, 21-0, the Ballard lead over Fern Creek. And now for a look at tonight's first half scoring from German American Bank. Strengthening communities since 1910. Again, was scoreless for a long time, and then Ballard broke through. First one, it looked like a run, but it was just one of those little Utah shovel passes.
Yeah, just pitch it to him.
27-yard hitter from the quarterback, Jermaine Walker, to the big playmaker for them, Dalen Thompson. 27 yards. Abbott extra point good. 7-0 at that
makes Walker
point.
look good, too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Makes Walker look like he's throwing for all kinds of yards.
Exactly. He's going to have a great stat line. Then he picked up a touchdown run in the second quarter. Walker from a yard out. Abbott again on the extra point. Santee Brock with the other one. He came in from 2 yards out. So they've run the ball really well in the second quarter. And I think that's really been, as much as anything, the story of the game. Brock has been a good physical runner inside. And then Leandre Martin and Walker on the edge have been able to make some plays, too, in the ground game. And that really has opened everything up.
Thunder and lightning right there. But the key is Thompson. You know, Thompson goes in motion one way, and they've got eyes on him. And next thing you know, Brock is going the other way. Then Thompson comes in motion, and then they give it to him. So then the next time, you got Walker, and you know, the quarterback, he keeps it one time. He's wide open. Then you got lightning over there, Leandre Martin, who, you know, he gets it, you know, because Thompson's going the other way. So, like I said, it's been one of those things where everyone's been involved, and it's just helped out all ways for Ballard. You know, opened up holes on the left, opened up holes on the right, shut it down on the right, shut it down on the left where there's room for Thompson as catches a little shuffle pass shuffle pass where he's on the outside and there's nobody out there. It's just all wide open.
Well, you know, and you got to wonder too if Jermaine Walker doesn't create a little bit of a Lou Gehrig situation here with Larry Irvin. You know, they're kind of struggling anyway, and here comes Walker and he takes over, and things have looked very smooth. I definitely think Larry Irvin's going to be paying some close attention there as he's healing up, saying, okay, when it's time to go, I better get it going, or there's another guy now who can do it.
Well, it's going to be a dual threat situation. You know, if you put Walker back there in the backfield with Larry Irvin back there, you know, and then you've got two quarterbacks back there. So you don't know. You know, you could open up a whole nother offense with that. Absolutely. But you know, options are wide. You know, are wide and vast. And you know, like I said, in that district they've got right there, you know, they. You got Oldham County, who's really strong. You got Eastern's really strong. And, you know, Ballard was number 9 in the polls. Now, after this week, they're 12th, and Fern Creek is 13th. So, you know, this was two teams that are right there next to each other in the polls. But Ballard's showing right now that, hey, we're still a top 10 team.
Yeah.
And, you know, thus far, this first half. Now, second half, anything could happen.
That's it.
But
we saw that kind of last week. It was all one team in the first half, and then the other one made it competitive in the second.
Fern Creek could find something and catch fire on it and catch lightning in a bottle. Next thing you know, close it down here. So they've not used Colton Abbott. We haven't really heard much from him other than his kickoff. So, you know, because the offense has been running so well.
Yeah, I've been out here watching him punt, and suffice it to say, it's a pretty impressive thing. We just haven't seen them need to use that yet. So.
Well, him and the Indianapolis Colts kicker, they're kind of in the same boat. You know, the Indianapolis Colts kicker has not punted this year because the Colts have scored on every possession.
It's a good problem to have.
They scored so you know that guy's making a lot of money sitting on the sideline.
It's like the Maytag man.
Colton Abbott not making a lot of money, but kind of in that same boat, just haven't had to punt at all. So
yeah.
It's like I said, it's a good place to be. It's
Ballard
a good place to
probably keep it that way. We're going to take one more quick break. We'll be back with the second half on the other side. Ballard 21, Fern Creek nothing. Second half on the way here on Glycod.
Ace Hardware is more than a store, a proud community partner. They're the place for answers to your home repair or improvement questions. Mention this ad and receive a refilled propane tank for $19.99. Visit the helpful Miller's Ace folks at any of their 4 Louisville locations: Preston Highway and Gilmore Lane, St. Matthews, Taylor Boulevard, or the West End. And remember to download the Ace Hardware app for rewards when you shop.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
And we're ready to go in the second half. Joe Cox and Joey Hamilton, Ballard High School. Beautiful Friday night. You got me thinking. These teams have the mirror records, 3-1 and 1-3. Whatever happens, th'll still have mirror records, 3-2, 2-3, 4-1, 1-4. Can't avoid it either way.
They will still have mirror records.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to be one's going to be that's true. That's
either
true.
way.
Either way, it's going to be that, and
I guess even a tie, 3-1-1, 1-1-3. So. Not that we're counting on a tie here tonight. That would certainly be unusual, but
very unusual.
Covering all the bases, Joey.
Yeah, hey, got to. There's nothing wrong with that. I try to teach my young people that all the time. I say, cover all your bases, and they look at me like I'm crazy. I talk to them, I say, well, just use it in this format. If you had a game to go to and you wore your black uniform, carry your white uniform, because you never know if something else may happen. If you get there, then all of a sudden the other team changes and you're just there with your black uniform. You don't have your white uniform. Sure. Then you're sitting there looking like, I don't have my uniform. So cover all your bases. That's it's a small example, but it's just something simple like that. Always be aware of anything could happen. So we're going to cover all bases here at Glycod. It could be a possible tie. Hey, if we're then we're going to cover that for you too.
We've seen everything else at some point.
Yeah, we've seen a lot. If you've watched a lot of football, as much knowledge as games watched as us two have watched, I know that you've seen about every scenario going in the book.
Let's see if Dalen Thompson gets a shot here. Now they kick away from him, which is probably wise. Took a second for Ballard to come up and grab it, but a nice return there. Out to about the 37-yard line for Malachi Allen.
Malachi Allen, nice return there. Get as much as he can. And there is I can't call him Mr. Incognito anymore. John Smith, as many tackles he's been on. We're well aware of who he is now.
Couldn't miss him, yeah.
Yeah, he's all over the field making play after play after play. He's done a really good job, for his team today.
Number 7.
Yeah, number 7 DB, 176-pound senior.
Everybody's bunched in tight. Fern Creek's daring them to hit something on the edge. They run it with Martin, and not much there. Got back to the line, but I don't think any more.
Not much there on that carry right there. Nice, solid defensive effort right there. Number 42, Jackson McFarland, in on that tackle. And that's what we expect to see out of Fern Creek. I guess Coach Abel, his pedigrees, went there and gave him a little pep talk there at halftime. The guys going to be fired up because, they're not out of the game. A couple stops here and get a little offense. They'd be right back in this ball game.
They are creeping up. They've got one guy farther than 5 yards off the ball. Quick throw over the middle, picked off. Well, here it comes back the other way. Fern Creek might get on the board defensively. Down the sideline and going to be run out of bounds over at the 17-yard line. But Jaden Jackson got a hold of that one and made a big play.
Quarterback stops, looks for his receiver, and there's 2 Fern Creek defenders there. He just throws it over his receiver, and there he is, number 3, Jaden Jackson right there to make the play. He's trying to find his receiver, number 3, Jaden Barnes. Barnes stopped. He just overthrew him, and Fern Creek's they're in the money. They're in the money territory right there, inside the 20 in the red zone.
Not been here before. Jaden Jackson, his 3rd interception on the season, and the Tigers will start at the 17-yard line.
Big time return right there. He caught it back on his own 45 and takes it all the way down inside the 20. Thought he had opportunity to score right there. So, like I said, unfamiliar territory for Fern Creek right now. They haven't been here in this part of the field all game.
4 backs in the backfield. Wallace gets swarmed under, and he's going to be sacked. Boy, that's the one thing you just can't do there.
Oh, just elusive defense right there. You got number 35 for Ballard, Jake Elder, and a host of other Bruins.
Down here over on the far side at about the 21-yard line.
Was that lineman downfield? But they were trying to run a screen, so I don't know if they're going to call that or if they're going to pull that flag. But because they were trying to run a screen, linemen were going downfield, but there was just nothing there. So what are they going to call here? Illegal motion. Okay.
Well, they'll decline the penalty, obviously. Isn't it a thing here where when you start with 4 backs literally on top of each other, you're just making life easier for Ballard because they can rush that central point and know that whatever happens, the ball's got to come out of there.
Yeah, they've got 3 down linemen, then they got a couple backers right behind them, then you got a couple defensive ends right there, and they're just bringing the house. They're like and they're tight receivers in a tight split.
Yeah,
so
they're all bunched in. Everybody's in tight. So 2nd down and a ton. Looking to pass. Got some time over the middle, nearly intercepted. Oh, he threw that one behind Jackson, and a couple of Ballard players there. It's Elijah Woods, who really, I think, is he's kicking himself in the end zone still. Come on, man.
But it's almost self-evident. You can only run 2 things. You're going to run crossing routes, or your guys on the outside are going to run out routes because they're in so tight. This time they run crossing routes, so Ballard just backs up and he has to throw it by number 7, David Cawley, and then you got your other DB over there. Who missed the ball, who had a strong opportunity, who's still disappointed about missing that one. But Woods is right there. Woods behind him.
He broke the pass up.
Cawley's in front of him. There's just no room to throw it. You say this, this passing thing is just, you can tell that it's not the bread and butter for Fern Creek, and it's a trial by error. They try it here, error, try there, error, and hopefully hit the big one, but.
3rd and 23. Wallace rolls, fires. It's a good ball. Fannin come back and get it. He did.
It's a nice route right there. Nice route. He broke it off, went up about 20 yards, 15 yards, and did a nice comeback right there. Nice catch right there by by Calvey Jackson.
Yeah, it was Jackson.
Calvey Jackson with a nice catch right there. He goes up 5, 10, 15, comes back. Nice catch. Goes down and gets it, but still – miles away from the first down.
That's it. The bad thing is you got about half of what you needed there. It's 4th and 11 now. Ball's at the 18. Got to make the 7.
And they could really use another route like that. You know, there's a nice comeback route right there that he ran. He just ran the DB off. The DB overran. He turned back. Ball's right there waiting for him, just a few yards short, but nice scoop right there. We'll see what happens on 4th.
Covey Jackson is on top. He's number 2. Jaden Jackson on the bottom, number 3. Jackson moved early. Covey did. Let's see. It's going to be a run, and it's going nowhere. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Just wasn't anything there.
No place to go. No place to go right there. You got number 12, Jacoby Moore right there, and number 25, Darion Mitchell. Just no place for him to run. I don't look like, I don't know, it's a flood or because he put the ball down really quick and started running it, but it looked like he had 2 receivers trying to run routes out there.
Yeah.
Just nothing for him out there. And the receiver up top, you saw Carvey Jackson come in short motion. I didn't know if they were trying to maybe do a shuffle pass underneath. I don't know, but he just took off running. So, like I said, that's not the strong point for this Fern Creek team. They're a run team. So now
Ballard on the 15, little Utah pass. Thompson, he's going to be swarmed under. He's going to get his way out of it maybe. Still fighting. He's going to lose a couple. Good job there by the Fern Creek defense to just corner him and stay on it because there's nothing else you can do trying to tackle that man.
Really nice defensive effort right there by the Fern Creek Tigers right there. See Thompson comes in motion. They pitch it to him. They seal it. And once it's sealed right there, you just good pursuit by the team in white. A host of Tigers right there. Just good defensive effort. Solid.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15.
Like to see as a defensive coach when you see 7, 8, 9 guys on the ball right there. Everybody trying to get to the ball. That's a good drill to use in practice too.
Mm-hmm. Hand it to Brock, and he's able to pick his way. Actually gets a good gain. Leans forward out to about the 23. It's kind of a slow burner, but it ended up being a nice pickup.
Brock just putting 2 or 3 defenders on his back right there. Big number 54 for Fern Creek. That's Chuck Carrick Swearinger. Swearinger just hanging on, just holding on right there while big number 6 just drags him a little bit and then gets a little help from some of his buddies there. But that's a nice run there by our man Brock.
Mm-hmm. 3rd down, ball down at the 23. They've still got 6 to go. Got to make the 29.
And the thing about that, Carvey Jackson makes an interception, just great opportunity there for Fern Creek, and they could make nothing out of it.
4 plays went for a loss of a yard. A loss of 2 yards, actually. It's Thompson off that edge. He's got a seam. 1st down. May go all the way. 1 man to turn him in. No, he won't be turned in. Will he be caught, though? 10, 5. He is caught. Oh, my.
Is that a horse collar?
Yeah, and it's going to be.
And I hope he's okay. It looked like he got him there, but very nice run right there. What a move right there. It's kind of a sweep right underneath. He catches it, gets it, runs to the sideline.
If he's all right, he's going to hear from his teammates about getting caught at the 1-yard line.
Cuts back inside. Next thing you know, kind of horse collared from the 2. And just you hate when kids get horse collared right there because it's just how you pull back on them. It's not, the body's not meant to go that way.
No.
And hopefully he'll be okay. But to get caught right there at the 1 and just really, really, really nice run there by Dalen Thompson.
Absolutely was. I think we've got another player down. We're going to step aside real quickly, take a break. Ballard knocking on the door here on Glycod.
Ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Dalen Thompson to his feet, being helped off to the side. He's looking pretty ginger. I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't see him anymore tonight, Joey.
Well, he might be out the rest of the night, and then they've got a game, I think, against Trinity. I think it's Bull County. Then they have a bye week then they play Trinity, I believe. So,
Goodness.
so yeah, they've that's like I said, they got a heck of a schedule. You got Bull County, then like I said, a bye week, then Trinity starting their district play. So, at this moment, you may not need him anymore if you can get this one in the end zone. But you could hear the displeasure of the Bruin faithful over here.
You could indeed.
And
first and goal inside the 1.
There's a reason they made that horse collar rule.
And going in, Leandre Martin with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Martin with the 1-yard run, but that's set up by number 15, Dalen Thompson, on just a excellent run right there.
76 yards. It's another one of those. It's a reception. It was a pass. So,
so
first Thompson looks like Jerry Rice on the stat sheet, and then
Walker.
Jermaine Walker looks like Joe Montana on the stat sheet. So everybody's happy with that.
I'd say he had those. He had those stats from our guy. We call him Sierra's man, but the quarterback of the New York Giants. I shouldn't say Sierra's man. I should say that those close to me know who I'm talking about. Played for the Steelers last year. I won't say his name.
I hear that.
Everybody's like, you won't say his name. I said, no, I call him Sierra's man, or the guy who played for the Steelers, or the Giants quarterback now, or the guy who used to play for the Seahawks.
Ouch. Abbott's kick is good, 28-0. We'll be right back here on Glycod.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
And we're back. So, yeah, certainly hope Dalen Thompson's all right. He was able to get to the sideline, but it looked kind of ginger. He got pulled down from behind on that 76-yard reception, and never like to see that. And hopefully he's all right again with this one at 28-0. He could be done for the night, but we'll see.
And just to reiterate real quick, that's Russell Wilson that I'm talking about. Russell Wilson threw for 450 yards last week, and big numbers for him last week, and so that's what Walker. He's looking like big numbers tonight. He's got that Russell Wilson stat line for big numbers tonight.
Well, he had the 27-yard touchdown pass, and that one covered 76, so he topped 100 yards on those two plays.
And Thompson's caught a couple. Well, he's
thrown
him a couple more, so he's taken a 15, 20, 30-yard gain.
Thompson's probably up around 150, I would guess.
Could be close to 2. Yeah. Never know, but it looks good on the stat sheet.
It does. Well, give them credit for finding creative ways to get the ball in the hands of their playmaker.
And that's what a good coach does. You find your playmaker, you get him the ball, you find a way to get it to him.
Tigers certainly looking for a playmaker right here. High kick. It's going to settle down. It's in the end zone. And so it'll go back to the 20.
There's the Colton Abbott weapon right there where he puts it in the end zone, doesn't give the Fern Creek Tigers the opportunity to run the ball back.
Yeah. He's probably done better when he hasn't put it in the end zone tonight. They've
had
stopped a couple inside the 20, one at the 17, one I think at the 13.
Really good coverage by the Ballard Bruin special teams tonight.
Hasn't made life any easier for Fern Creek. I mean, they backed up anyway, but you're really backed up when you don't even get out to the 20 on the kickoff. They're at the 20 here.
Yeah, like I said, it's just not a Fern Creek game right now. They're used to getting a 7-0 lead and then kind of grind it out and make let their defense win the game for them. And they got down early tonight, and then they had to go to throwing the ball, which, like I said, they've had Carvey Jackson open a couple times, and they've also had Jaden Jackson open a couple times. They just overthrow him a little bit.
Wallace settles in. Full house backfield.
Ballard bringing the house.
Yep. I hand it off and got a seam there out over the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pretty nice run on that one. I think it was Riley Burton.
Yeah, nice run there by Burton right there. As you see, Burton started up inside, then went off tackle where the Ballard Bruins weren't, because Ballard brought everybody inside the two gaps right there, the A and the B gap. They just shot everybody up in there, and then the back just runs off tackle and gains some yards right there. So he's running where they ain't. And that's going to be a nice pickup right there.
Yeah, gain 6, second down and 4. Well, not quite up to the 26. Call it a long 4. Roll right. Boy, pressure automatically. Nice throw.
Nice catch.
Jackson, I think, got it. Let's see. Yes, he's got it just shy of the 35-yard line. Here's Jaden Jackson with a nice play.
Big-time play right there. It's a nice play right there where he catches it. And I think he got hit once he caught it. And is he going to be all right? Is someone down over there? It looks like that's a Ballard player down over there. But nice catch, nice throw, nice catch. Nice throw on the run right there by the quarterback. And then the receiver gets those hands up, gets those arms up, and just catches it. It's a nice play.
Yeah, the last two plays, that's been kind of what we've missed tonight. Just, it may be the sort of thing where you make one play, it's a lot easier to make two. Well, 2nd and 4 for one thing instead of 2nd and 14.
Yeah, and that you have options on that. Defense, when you're 2nd and 14, they just, the defensive linemen, they just rear back and just plan on coming. And then, 2nd and 4, you don't know if they're going to run it or going to pass it right there. So you've had options. But Jaden Jackson, he's up. That's a really nice catch, though. It looks like he caught a cramp. So, and he's one of those guys. Tonight is a warm night. The regular fan might say it's a great night, football-wise. When you're Jackson or you're one of these wideouts right there tonight, it's a very, very warm night. And kid like him, young man like that, doing a lot of running. So
had that interception that he took back about 35 or 40 yards.
Nice
earlier.
Play right there. So you can see just caught a cramp right there, and he's going to have to get some. I don't know, salt pills, pickle juice, water, Gatorade, electrolytes, something. Got to get something in him to get that cramp out of there. Get one of those little gun machines that shoots the little vibrating thing, the massage gun that shoots there. Just get that lump out of that calf right there. So, but that is a really nice throw and catch right there. To reiterate on that, really nice throw and catch. First down, Fern Creek.
See if the Tigers can build on that as they're out to the 34. Had a possession earlier down to the 17-yard line, but a sack on first down really just kind of put that one off pace. Wallace rolls. Wallace going to just chuck one deep. There's a bunch of black shirts out there. They basically just got in each other's way.
The quarterback rolling, like I said, I'm nobody to tell any coach what to do ever, but I'm just not a big fan of quarterbacks going the opposite way they have to throw it. Like when you're a left-handed quarterback, if you're not rolling left, you roll right, you're almost throwing against your body unless you're really good at turning your body.
It tends to float a little bit like
and
that.
Then on that one, a right-handed quarterback, when he's rolling left, he has to turn his whole body, and when he doesn't, you see the effects of that. He tried to throw it, and just went up there, and very fortunate that Fort Bruins couldn't catch it. Like I said, they just fought over that ball, and incomplete pass, get to live for a second down, 2nd and 10.
Hand it off, inside run. You can just hear the thud.
There's nothing in between the tackles. There's nothing. The Bruins are just lighting it up right there. You see that they're just pouncing on that. There's just no room for them right there. You see Robert Phelps right there. You see Damon Jackson. Just nothing there. Nothing there for the Fern Creek offense in between the tackles.
Yeah. 3rd down at 10. It's Pickett on the carry.
You're going to have to go off tackle here or try to quick screen or even the out route. Something there. Third, get something positive here so you can make it. I don't. Is this fourth down? I'm saying is it 4th down territory where you're going to go for it?
Could be.
4th down?
If you got 6, 7, 8 yards, I don't think that would be a bad risk.
Yeah, is it 4th down territory? We're yet to see. It depends on how far they're going to have to go.
4th and 10, probably not. Lannon in motion there. Haven't seen much of him. He's lined up off the left tackle here. Roll Wallace. Pressure comes.
He can't get the ball out.
He's hit and dropped.
Yeah, he's trying to get that ball off there, and he just can't get it because there's too much pressure on him. And number 12 right there, Jacoby Moore, with just excellent pressure right. The quarterback, he almost brought it back, and if he did, Jacoby was probably gonna strip that ball from him. Mm-hmm. Looks like it's gonna be a good strip. That's a good job by the quarterback, hold on to the ball right there. So obviously not 4th and manageable. So punt team will be coming out here.
We've got Andy Shepard back now to return it. Thompson doesn't go out to field the punt.
He's over on the sideline. Looks like he may hang it up. I don't know. Looks like he's sitting back there. But
looks a little ginger, I guess.
Moving around. Doesn't look like they will need him the rest of this game.
Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It's a line drive. Shepard's going to grab it. Here comes Shepard. Shepard's got a nice head of speed, and he goes across the 40-yard line before they take him down.
Solid return right there by Shepard right there. That's what you want out of your return man. Just want him to catch the ball and get upfield as much as you can, and good 15, 17-yard return right there, and that's all you want out of your return man. That's, you know, as a return coach, the guy who's returned the ball, return punts, you know, that's all you want. Just catch the ball and get what you can get, and that's positive right there. Positive job right there for the Ballard Bruins right there. Fern Creek, that's a good job. Actually, good coverage right there, because those low-line drives, those are the ones that catch you off guard, and a guy can bust it real quick. So good job on both sides right there. Good job by the return team. Good job by the kicking coverage team right there to not give up as much as they did.
40-yard line where the Bruins will take over. Again, they've just been with a short field virtually all night. Got a timeout for Ballard, and they'll talk it over ahead of this possession. We'll take the break as well. 28-0 Bruins here on Glycod.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
$28-0, the Ballard advantage. Bruins ready to go back on the attack offensively. It's been a productive night on the ground. Quarterback Jermaine Walker's had a role in that. He's spread it around. Santee Brock with a touchdown. Leandre Martin with a touchdown. And just been able to share the ball. And, you know, Thompson looks like will probably be finished for the day at this point. But obviously he's a big part of that. But they've found several weapons that they can use moving forward.
Well, I think that was a big part of the timeout, because since him not being in there, you have a couple guys in positions they're probably not used to being in.
And it's a Martin. Short yardage there, and in fact, stacked up around the line of scrimmage.
Nice job there by the defense right there. Good play back, tries to go right, then cut it up inside, and to no avail. There's nothing there for him right there. That big number 25 or right there, number 65 right there. I apologize. That's Prairie Wall. That's I can't say that. That is Prairie Wall Bet Wall. Per wall, bet wall.
Easy for you to say.
Prairie Wall, bet wall.
On the tip of your tongue.
Yes. Hey, it's a nice play by him. Nice, solid.
2nd and 10, run it inside. Martin shoved forward for a couple more yards. He's got it down to a 3rd and manageable for the Bruins.
Nice job there by George Ernst, number 65 right there. Number 25, the linebacker right there. That's Layden Breedlove. And then number 43 with the tackle right there. That's Keelan McFarland. Just nice tackle from behind. Pushed him up about a yard or two. 3rd and short here, but Fern Creek defense holding right here. You know, this would be an excellent 3 and out for them.
They're down at 4. Ball's at the 34. Everybody's over on the right. Nobody back to the left. See where it goes for Jermaine Walker. We'll run it inside with Martin, and he moves the sticks. That's a 1st down.
Nice job right there. A little overload here on the left. Had a little slot to the right, then you had a little guard, tackle, tight end here on the left. And just give it to your scat back right there. Just hand it to him to the left, and he just finds a way to get through there. Just had more blockers than they had defenders on that right there, so there's opportunity for him to gain some yardage before he even got touched, and gets the 1st down.
Ball inside the 30-yard line.
Nice ball control right there by the Ballard Bruins right there. There would have been a real opportunity there for the Fern Creek defense that they could have held right there. Try to get the ball back.
Everybody's bunched in tight for Walker. Pitch out, left side, makes 1 man miss, makes 2 men miss. Getting on the outside, turning it up, a nice run there for a 1st down. They're going to sling him back eventually. But Jaden Barnes able to get off the edge and move the sticks again.
Ibrahim Sumeire with a nice tackle right there, but he makes one miss. That's what you got to do as a back. You just need to make one miss. He makes two miss. Then he gets a 10 yards right there before Sumeire gets the tackle right there. So that's a nice job by the Ballard offense on the toss.
18-yard line. 2 first downs on this drive. All of it coming on the ground so far. Walker brings him up. Again, nobody's off on the left, everybody to the right. Jaden Barnes, the wideout on the far side. Gives Martin. Martin, big seam up the middle. Martin all the way to the end zone. Touchdown.
Nice job right there. See out the offset eye right there. And the defense that time from the last set, they thought they would be going all the way to their right, Ballard's left, and the back just cuts right up the middle and shows his burst of speed right there. Just runs by one, runs by a second one, 18-yard touchdown run. Nice job there by the Ballard offense. And you can just see that the Fern Creek defense, they just look tired right now. Just look very tired.
Abbott on the extra point.
Abbott for the extra. Now he's ready. There's the snap. There's the kick. It is certainly long enough, and it is good. 35-0, and with that point, it'll be a running clock for the remainder of the game for the Ballard Bruins. We'll take one more break here before we play out the quarter on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
35-0, everybody here at Ballard having a good time, except probably the folks across the way in the Fern Creek Orange.
Yeah, people in Orange are not having a good time. And me personally, I'm shocked that they haven't put any points up. But it's just been one of those nights, and everybody has them in football where things just don't click, and they just haven't clicked. You know, they've had a couple pass plays that just been a step or two overthrown that would have been a big play, a touchdown, and just everybody has them in football. And tonight seems like it's just one of those nights for Fern Creek thus far.
Ballard to kick it away with Abbott. Puts a toe to this one, and it will stay in the field of play from the 3. There's a nice seam
wall.
here. This one might go.
Nice one. Oh,
tripped him up.
Woo.
Boy, it looked like he had it. He had the last man beat, but the turf monster got Kaishon Young on that one.
Nice middle return right there. Gets it, takes his time, and great job by the Fern Creek special teams. Everyone crossing, just sealing out. The back goes up through there, and of all people, Colton Abbott, your kicker, which 99 times out of 100, you don't expect your kicker to make the saving tackle like that, not in the open field like that. And really nice job there by Abbott to make a touchdown saving tackle to trip him up just enough before the returner had a chance to go to the house.
I'm looking at it again, and he just got a piece of him. But,
just enough.
I'm not sure he really did. He may have just the breeze from Abbott going by might have been enough to throw him off. Bless him. Still a heck of a return for Young. First down at the 46.
Great return for Fern Creek.
See if they get the playoff. They do.
Got him.
Over the middle.
Oh,
through the hands,
woo.
And then nearly intercepted. Wow. And instead we'll end the quarter with that one. Ballard 35, Fern Creek nothing. Fourth quarter coming up here on Glycod.
Nice.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
or surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycon.
And we're back, second down. Fern Creek goes on the attack here.
Last play, a really nice play. Wallace, 1, 2, 3, let it go. Just hit his receiver right in the hands, and great throw, great pass. Just receiver just let it go through his hands, and I'd like to see more of that right there. Him just getting it out quick, that seemed to be better for Fern Creek.
Wallace gives it off. Short yardage this time, able to pick his way for a yard or maybe two is Kyshawn Young.
Young would have coming off right tackle right there, but nothing there. Got big number 54, Javion Jones on the tackle right there, and a host of other Bruins right there. Got to make a big third down play for the Ballard Bruins. Just a host of Bruins, just not giving up nothing right there.
Third down, call it 8.
Love to see a little slant here by Fern Creek or a little out route, something quick so the quarterback can get it out of his hands. They've had less success with him rolling out and better success with the 1, 2, 3, let it go.
Yeah. See what 3rd and 8 brings for Javis Wallace. He's got time. He's got a throw. It's caught. First down to the 40 and maybe even across the 40. Nice pickup.
Nice job right there. Quarterback gets it. 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. Get it out of your hands. Hits number 27 right there, Jamal Ivory. Nice catch right there by the tight end. First down, move the chains, Fern Creek.
I think actually that was Pickett, 21.
Was that 21 Pickett? Yeah. I apologize. Got my.
It's hard It's a long way to that other side of the field.
There's Pickett. Nice catch right there by Pickett. Good job, Pickett. Nice throw, nice catch, nice quarterback throw. I like that. Just let it go. Because that Ballard defense. Otherwise, they're getting to him, and it takes more than 3 seconds. So
the quick hitter seems to be the better choice. Let's see if they go back to it on 1st and 10 at the 40. Hand it off the right side, and I seam Pickett down to the 30 and maybe a little farther. Looks like a first down.
Nice seal right there. We got a penalty over there. Hope we got no personal fouls. A lot of John going on between both teams, but just gave it to the running back right there. Pickett, he just gets it, and you got your tackle just turns out. Running back goes in, goes up. The other back blocks the linebacker, creates a little seam there for the back.
Yeah,
gets about 10, 11 yards before anybody touches him. First down, Fern Creek, and now we got a penalty flag though. If we got some John personal foul, let's see what it is. Dead ball personal foul against Ballard.
Yep, that's going to be it. So all of a sudden the Tigers are going to be in the red zone here.
Moving down the field, and right before the half, you saw Coach Keene. He was talking to number 3, his wideout, Jaden Barnes, talking to him because he got a personal foul penalty after he made a nice catch, and I can see Coach Nice talking to someone else here, just kind of letting them know, hey, man, we don't need these personal fouls. We got the game in control. Don't, tackle him, throw your hands up, run back to the huddle, Don't need any John, don't need any of that. And I'm sure he said that more times than because as a coach, we look and say, oh, why wouldn't he tell him that? I'm sure the coach has told him that more times than enough.
1st and 10 just inside the 15. Wallace going to chuck one into the end zone, and his receiver really never got started on that one.
No, number 5 right there. You got Rayshawn Shoulders. Shoulders just kind of, I don't know, chicken winging with the DB over. I'm sorry, not Rayshawn Shoulders. I'm sorry, number 5, Peyton Carr. Number Carr over there kind of chicken winging with LaShawn Talbert. They're just kind of looking at each other, just kind of looking back, but nobody really running, and the ball's there. And I'm just like, and the DB's doing what he's supposed to do. He's like, hey, if he doesn't run, I'm going to stay right with him.
Doesn't hurt him, yeah.
Doesn't hurt him. The receiver's got to run. If he runs past him, then but he may not have expected the ball.
2nd and 10. Hand it off inside, and nothing doing there. Ballard's all over that, just like they have been all night.
Yeah, number 34, Wyatt Z-Man. Wyatt Z-Man with the first Ballard Bruin there, number 34. Then a host of other Bruins right there, just nothing in the middle right there. had a little success off tackle there with Pickett, but up the middle, nothing showing. Kind of like Fern Creek's just not had anything up the middle. Just between that A and B gap. Between the center guard and guard tackle area, there's just not a lot there for the Fern Creek Tigers.
They're down in 11. Second time in the red zone tonight, but the Tigers still looking for their first score. Wallace waits for the snap. He's got it. Big pressure comes. Throws ahead of
Got it all. Nice play.
Inside the
Good
10.
play.
Almost into the end zone goes Jaden Jackson, but he's going to be dropped. Looks like down around the 2-yard line.
That's a great play by the quarterback there. Throwing off his offside right there.
Yeah.
That's tremendous right there because he gets back, gets quick pressure. He gets quick pressure, just throwing it that way. That's just so hard to do. And Damon Jackson trying to get there, can't get there. Great catch right there by number 3, Jaden Jackson. And just great play. That's all I can say is great play.
4th and goal at the 2.
Got a lot of Jacksons out here. Got Jackson 5. Got Carvey, Jaden, Draymond. Got a lot of Jacksons out here.
When in doubt, just give it to Jackson. I'm sorry, it's 1st and goal.
Yes, sir.
It's 4th down.
Pickett, nice run, Pickett.
Pickett's going to get the edge. Touchdown.
Cutback.
Tigers on the board on that one. Eric Pickett from 2 yards out.
Nice cutback. Like I said, anything off tackle, they've got some success with, but anything up the middle, that middle was just clogged up, and Pickett was just being a back right there. Just a back, just cut it back to the right. Went left, cut it back to the right, and just open territory right there. Nice job. Nice run there by Pickett.
Peyton Carr will kick the extra point.
Peyton Carr on to attempt the extra point.
Bad snap, and they've got to roll out and go for 2. That may have been a called play. It looked awfully comfortable if it was a fake. Jaden Jackson rolls in for 2.
Nice shoulder right there, too. He kind of gave the punishment on that one right there, kind of went in his left shoulder. And as it goes in, if you watch the replay on this, he kind of goes in on there, just kind of raises up, runs, and then waits on him, boom, right there, just kind of lays the wood on number 4.
He sure did.
Right there, just kind of, LaShawn Talbert just kind of gave it to him right there, but 2-point conversion is complete.
That looks more that I look at it like it was a called play, that it wasn't a mistake on the snap.
Just raise that right up, and you got a penalty on that. I don't know what the flag is.
It was a unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bruins, so it'll move it 15 yards closer, and maybe the Tigers will take my play here of onside kicking from the 45.
Well, what do you got to lose? I mean, you might as well work on it. As well work on it.
I mean, it is always a skill that at some point in the season you desperately need, and the chance to get some live tries at it, I think, is probably pretty invaluable.
Oh, it's a very valuable. Very.
You're kicking from the 45, so the ball has to cross the 35 anyway. So, yeah, you're really not going to end up with appreciably worse field position than you would if you just kicked it through the end zone. Let's see. Right now, they're all bunched up. That would be an interesting formation for the onside kick.
Some have done that. They call it real quick. He turns around, kicks it, and they just run. I've seen that happen. And then you got poor little number 14 out there by himself, the middle guy. That's Benjamin Kaminsky.
They're just in a standard return. I don't think they're expecting the onside kick, so we'll see. No, he does kick it deep.
Kicks it back.
And into the end zone for a touchback.
Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. Ballard will begin 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Is that one of those ones where Peyton Carr says, see, I can kick it back to the end zone?
That's got a touchback, too. There you go. Now, granted, mine was a little closer, but
hey, nobody said all that. Nobody's discussing that. They're just going to say, hey, look at my stats. I kicked it back to the end zone. I got some touchbacks.
Flip pass looks like a bomb on the box score. That looks like a blast. So,
I've got some touchbacks, too, now.
There you go.
Don't deny me.
Bruins will start from the 20. Looks like a different quarterback. Having trouble picking up his number.
So some young faces, young legs in there. Offensive movement by number 53 right there. That's going to be Justice White. Freshman offensive lineman right there. He's getting some crumbs right there, getting some action right there.
Like Ken Mosey going to take a few snaps here at quarterback. He hasn't tried any passes on the season. Hasn't had any rushes either. So
number 76 right there, Savion Daly, junior, coming in the game.
All of these guys work hard in practice, too.
That's right. Snaps. New center right there, Savion Daly coming in. Everybody's saying, give me some reps, coach. I busted my butt all week.
Ozzie going to
miss the handoff
pull it
there,
down and run with it, and not going to go very far. Got back to about the line of scrimmage.
Nice play by number 27 right there on defense, Jamal Ivory. Ivory, sophomore himself, comes in on the backside, and so the quarterback just missed the handoff right there. I don't know if it was miscommunication right there, but kind of looked to stick the ball out, and there's nobody there. The back went forward. He's like, oh, no, nobody's there. He came back, and Ivory comes in on the backside and makes a nice tackle.
He lost a yard on that one. Second down and 16 now.
You know, some people think late here it's JV. I said probably not JV, maybe a few JVs, but a lot of other guys that can't play JV, so that it's their time to get to play.
Sure.
Here it
he
is.
hands it off,
Nice
a
turn.
run up the middle for short yardage out to not quite the 20. It'll bring up a third down and about 11.
Nice turnaround right there. Gave it to the back right there. Nice tackle there by number 45 on defense for Fern Creek. That's Ian Armani, junior linebacker. To Jack Armani.
3rd and 11.
Third down, 11 to go. Ball's at the 19. For the second time on this series, we're going to have, I believe, a false start.
Yeah, the young lineman, they saw the linebacker creeping up in there. They saw number 27, Jamal Ivory, creep up in there. As he creeped up in there, he and number 22, it looks like 22, I believe it is. It's like Antoine McLean. But I think Ivory was the one who creeped up in there and just made that young lineman just flinch a little bit.
Yep. Got going to second early. Third down and 16 now. Bruins, you feel like, would just as soon run it out, but see what comes of it. As he rolls, going to throw one. It's caught. Short yardage out to the 20. Well, it's not going to end up being short yardage. He got nearly all the way to the first down sticks. Nice play.
It might be a first down. It's a nice throw, nice catch right there. Short yardage pass right there. Real confident. Quarterback rolls out, hits him at 3 yards. He catches it, turns it upfield, runs by one, gets up close near the 30.
Yeah, he's at the 28. It was Kendrick Thompson who got Mosey's pass. 4th and 2, and they're going to apparently go for it to pick up a first down and finish this one off. Mosey calls his own number.
Uh-oh. Went
He's
backwards.
Going to be hit in the backfield and taken down for a loss. So
not a good
Fern
thing.
Creek will get another quick play here if they hustle on to see if they can add a score.
Not a good thing when the quarterback runs laterally. And Coach is showing, Coach Keene is pointing at it right now. He's going north and south. He's got his hands moving like north and south, not laterally. This way.
Yeah,
and
4th and 2, I kind of wanted you to go straight ahead.
Go straight ahead, get what you can get. If they push you up there through it, you might get tackled. You get thrown up there. You might get grabbed by one of your linemen. They might carry you across there. But anytime you go lateral, there's not much there for you. And
I don't know if Fern Creek's going to bother to run a play here. They're seemingly in no hurry, and the play clock, the game clock here's down to 10. So
not much action going on. They're going to end it right there. And
the official picks the ball up. So that'll do it. Ballard moves to 2 and 3. Fern Creek falls to 3 and 2. Ballard 35, Fern Creek 8. We'll be back to recap it, tell you tonight's most outstanding players. Stay tuned here on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by HKC Roofing. For your next roof repair or improvement, contact HKC at 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed.
Ballard 35, Fern Creek 8. As ever, tonight's scoreboard here has been presented by Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you. 7508 Preston Highway, 502-968-5657. Well, Ballard threw out. It looked like maybe out of the half Fern Creek was going to shift that. Jaden Jackson had an interception, ran it back all the way to the 17-yard line, but 3 plays netted -2 yards, and that was just a story until that final drive for the Tigers when they finally got on the board. It was an offensive slog all night for Fern Creek, Joey.
Thought it was the momentum was going to switch there just a little bit, but it's kind of like the series record. Ballard's won 14 of them, and Fern Creek's won 4 since '98. Last time Fern Creek has won was 2019 when they beat Ballard out at the old U of L Cardinal Stadium, which is no longer.
Yes.
And at the fairgrounds, and Ballard won the last one 27-0. So, like I said, you just kind of thought that Fern Creek was going to come back, but Ballard kind of put their foot down on defense and did an outstanding job of holding that run game, for 3 quarters, 3 quarters of the game, and Ballard opened up. They opened up with a 3-headed, slightly 4-headed monster there with quarterback, 2 running backs, and a receiver, and they just went, I'll give it to you here, I'll give it to you here, I'll give it to you here, and they just kind of methodically found their way.
And the big guys up front had a lot to do with that, too. I know 62 is a guy whose number you called many, many times. He was right in the middle.
Braxton Thompson
a lot of it.
Did a lot of that, and he had a lot of help with his buddies there, and they just opened it up. And then, with the quarterback situation, Jermaine Walker, the lefty, just, had a nice game. Had a real nice game there, like I said, and his Thunder and Lightning back there, the running backs, and Thompson, they just, had a really good, and it's something the coach really wanted. The defense as a group just played really well. So,
Hopefully Thompson all right. That's the one kind of negative late here is he's hauled down from behind and came out of the game.
Yeah, I think he's going to be all right. Probably just a little, young guys like that.
He seemed okay on the sideline. Hopefully will be. Before we go any farther, I need to point out, if you are interested in a corporate partnership with Glycod on our high school athletics platform, or if you have a programming idea, we're all ears. We're eyes, since it's online. Drop us a note at info@Glycod, that's GLICOD.com. Follow us on Twitter/X, depending on how old you are with that social media. That's at Glycod as well, GLICOD. We're going to take another break, step aside, be back to recap the scoring tonight, and then tell you tonight's most outstanding players. Ballard 35, Fern Creek 8 here on Glycod.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Semin Realtors, always one step ahead.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
a life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
And we're back, 35-8, Ballard tonight over Fern Creek. As far as how we got there, a look at tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. 21-0 at intermission. And I said, Joey, I thought their best shot at getting back in at Fern Creek was the interception return. It sets them up in the red zone, but they don't get any points, and instead Ballard just cashes in a pair of touchdown runs for Martin. We saw him early, and then we saw him more late, and Leandre Martin able to find the end zone twice, the first time from a yard out with 7:15 to go in the third, the second time from 18 yards out with 1:05 to go in the third, and that, of course, triggered running clock, and from there, Fern Creek finally able to get on the scoreboard a 2-yard touchdown run by Eric Pickett, and got the 2-point conversion for Jaden Jackson. That made it 35-8. That came around the midpoint of the fourth quarter, but with the running clock, that was all she wrote. A solid effort all the way around for Ballard. We talked a lot about the offense. The defense certainly earned its plaudits. Fern Creek struggled to find an identity, but a lot of the reason they struggled to find an identity is every snap there were Ballard defenders breathing down somebody's neck.
Yeah, the defense came to play tonight. The defense, so they've done well all year. They've been a force to reckon with all year. They just need some offense to back that up, And you can have one of the stingiest, stout defenses around, but when they're always on the field, and they have always been on the field, they get tired late in the game. So tonight was one of those nights where they caught a break. They weren't always on the field, and like you said, second half, I really thought Fern Creek might have had opportunity. There was a little glimpse of a window there for them to make a move, and they just could not find anything. And it wasn't because they couldn't do anything. It was that Ballard defense, and from there, it's just it was one of those games. Like I said, everybody has them. Fern Creek just had a game where just things didn't go well for them, and you just go back to the drawing board on Monday and get ready for your next opponent. And then for Ballard, you've had 3 really tough games after you won your first opening game, and then 3 really tough losses where you were right in the game, and then one thing or another trickled down or popped off, and now you earn all that hard work. Come back tonight and earn all that hard work and get a victory. So good for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was how we got to 35-8. Let's take one more break. We'll come back and tell you tonight's most outstanding players. Ballard 35, Fern Creek 8. Bruins moved 2-3. Fern Creek falls to 3-2. We'll be back one more time here on Glycon.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
One more time, Joe Cox and Joey Hamilton here at Ballard for Glycod. And it's that time to tell you about tonight's most outstanding players. They are brought to you by State Farm insurance agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there for the Fern Creek Tigers. Some deserving candidates. But there was one guy who was all over the place. He made some big plays. He just missed some more big plays, but I think he'll be instrumental if they can get it moving better here in the near future, and that's Jaden Jackson.
And number 3, Jaden Jackson. Like I said, second half, we really thought that was going to be the turning point or be a little window for Fern Creek there on the interception. But when they did score, he ran in a 2-point conversion, and he was just I say about a length of maybe about 8 inches to a foot away from some big plays of the quarterback. Yeah. He was open. And you catch those, and you got a different ball game.
You sure do.
Really different ball game right there. And like I said, they just missed those. But he was he was prominent factor. There are a lot of players making good plays. You had number 8 Cage Fanning and those guys on defense making some plays, and some other DBs making some plays. But Jaden Jackson kind of stood out for Fern Creek tonight.
He did for Ballard. Again, a lot of deserving candidates. Jermaine Walker did a nice job at quarterback, threw a touchdown, ran for another touchdown. Some good plays from the running backs. He had 2 touchdowns for Leandre Martin, but in the end, we went with the guy who just does a little bit of everything, and that is Dalen Thompson. Had a 27-yard touchdown catch to put the Bruins on the board, had a 76-yard almost touchdown catch, dragged down at the 1. But it was just he was everywhere. Can hand it to him, throw it to him, let him return it, whatever.
Call the plays, ran to the sideline, caught the plays. Had a nice punt return there. If his one man just doesn't touch him in the back right there, and like I said, he was just all over. He said he caught some other passes there where he just made some nice runs, and just a solid effort right there by number 15 tonight. And but solid effort overall by the Ballard Bruins. But I know Coach Abel for Fern Creek, they'll be back, but no rest for either team for the weary. Next week Fern Creek has Atherton, and Ballard they host Bull County. So, like I said, great job by Coach Keene, the Ballard Bruins tonight. Tough game, tough loss there for Fern Creek, but there's no, I guess, dusting your shoulder off, popping your collar, thinking you did something for Ballard, and for Fern Creek, it's just back to work. Because you got another one.
Absolutely.
Next week, both of them got tough ones next week.
Well, you bring up next week, and coming up next Friday, look at Week 6 presented by the Van Treese team at Simenon Realtors, always one step ahead. Nick and I will be over at Mayo, PRP at Mayo. That'll be one that we've got. New Albany, Silver Creek, South Oldham, Anderson County, Simon Kenton, Bryan Station. And, Joey,
I'll be at Central. I'll be at the Hive. I'll be at the Hive on 15th and Chestnut. The Hive. The band will be going crazy down there.
First time I went there, it took me a minute because it's not near the school because it couldn't be. There's no room.
It's true. It's true college campus stuff there. It got the surrounding down there, and the band, they put the band right there next to this wall where the music has to echo or the horns have to echo, so it gives that triumphant sound where it sounds like they're a lot louder than what it is, and they try to put that little fear in their opponents down there, and the band starts moving, and it's a wild little thing down there.
I wasn't sure if that was Eye of the Tiger or Louie.
No,
Louie
it's a little bit of everything, but and it's got a little beat to it. It's got a little rhythm to it. It's got a little beat to it. And you're sitting there, and you see the tubas, and they're in motion down there. They're moving, and then you start seeing those banners down there with the late great coach they had who's passed away, who brought in those banners early, and you go like, wow, and then you're it's a big brick wall. So, and then they got the little fence over there. So some of those opponents, they think, am I caged in over here at the Hive? And it's some good games down there. But hey, they got a strong opponent in Cove Cath. Cove Cath is a solid team, and they'll be there to play them. It's going to be a good game. It's been a real good game. I've seen some real good games down there with South Warren when they went down there and played them a few years back. And so like those games are tough down there. And Central trying to find their way, trying to find their offense, trying to find their way this year. And Cove Cath is a solid team coming from up north. So it's going to be a good game. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited for next Friday.
No doubt. Yellow Jackets always have to try to live up to, of course, their most famous alum, Mr. Clay, Mr. Muhammad Ali, the greatest.
They've got some down there, but he's the one.
There's only one him.
Cash is the greatest of all time.
So something else that there's only one of is our viewers along at Glycod, and we always appreciate you. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Joe Cox. That's Joey Hamilton is my analyst. Nick Landrum's my producer. Steve Bird, production assistants. Max Gorley running the camera for us. Again, I appreciate everybody in our team. And when you tune in, click like, click follow. You're on our team.
Subscribe.
Be back with us next week. Got a great slate coming up. Until then, take care. Good night from Ballard, where the Bruins 35, Fern Creek 8 on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game was brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, your premier metal recycling solution. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Interstate Batteries and Holy Smokes Barbecue.
Visit Glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation.